Whew. I ate too much oatmeal this morning. This morning. Why do I feel so heavy this morning? Oh man. All right. It's cool though. It's cool though. I got plenty of coffee. We're good. We're happy. We're Genki. All right. And a 1 and a 2 and a. What is up, everyone? This is. That's better. Coffee with Soul. I'm your host. We're gonna chat. We're gonna talk. I am on the alpha right now. Realms are down, unfortunately. And double unfortunate, you're just going to be subject to whatever it is that I show you on the alpha and whatever. But it's better than classic. So I hope everyone's doing well. Ooh, Patty's on. Oh. I finally got around to it. I gotta show you and just you. I finally switched out the plushies. So it was only really like, actually, I didn't really switch anything out. I just took some Murlocs out and I put the pumpkin in, so it's there. Now you know. I fulfilled my commitment. Go me! So, woohoo! so we got that just in time. We still got 10 more days left until Halloween, and then that's gonna stay up until probably next year. So let's enjoy that. Let me head over to my place right now, and then we'll just like chill. So I hope everyone's doing well. Weekend went by. Stuff had happened. Let's see what's the relevant thing that happened. I mean, I'm not gonna get into like the politics stuff, but then the No Kings rallies, like that went on like all over the planet, it appears, and it was a huge turnout and like lots and a lot came out of that. I'll say that for the news. As for like things that are like a little bit closer to home or a little bit closer to our stuff, TwitchCon also happened over the weekend, and then I heard about this whole assault thing that happened with one of the big streamers. I was like, holy shit. Yeah, anyway, I'm not gonna get too much into that either. I just wanted to like at least mention, okay, that's the thing that at least caught my attention throughout the weekend, but then that was about it. So hopefully you guys had a pleasant weekend doing whatever it is that you do. Maybe you ate good. Actually, I did get to see some family over the weekend too, so that was pretty cool. I got to catch up with some of the family that I otherwise just totally like stay out of touch with for like no reason in particular. I just I'm just not very good with keeping relations with family members. Totally my fault. Oh well, my bad. TwitchCon, yeah, no, it was rough, dude. Hearing about it, the reactions were the reactions from Twitch, they were bad and all that. Like you'd figure, because I think from statements, Twitch was trying to say, well, streamers, they need to do a better job of curating their communities and blah blah blah, and the people that they allow to be on their chat and whatnot. That's their responsibility, and I get that part of it, but that's just a part of it. When you're at TwitchCon, you're not just you're stepping into Twitch's house, right? It's not the channel person's, it's not the streamer's house, it's Twitch's house, and so there's that. This isn't very controversial, I don't think, but there's this expectation that when you're in their house, you should feel safe and protected and whatnot. And it kind of goes to show that like a lot of the folks, a lot of the big streamers and whatnot, they didn't even show up. They're just like, nah, I'm cool. I'm not going to show up for this thing because some people are just crazy. And they didn't even go. So that kind of speaks a lot to the streamer's confidence in on Twitch to like keep them safe and all that. Like obviously it's just not there. It also sort of tells me that this is a bit of a, maybe this is me throwing a bit of shade, when the streamer doesn't even want to go because they don't feel comfortable connecting with, one, they don't want to get like assaulted. That's duh. But I also feel like part of it is you know, hey, you know, I'm cool with streaming and doing my career, making my money and all that stuff. But then when it comes to like meeting people, you know, that's where I draw the line. Actually, no, that's not even throwing shade. Never mind. I'm gonna walk that back because I think I can talk about this. I'm not sure actually. I was invited to go to a Blizzard event. I guess I just won't say which one. I was invited to go to a Blizzard event not too long ago, and I declined because of mostly scheduling conflicts, but also one of the obligations that was asked of me was like in this case they asked me a few things. They said, hey, we want you to make some videos that will go up on either your channel or our channel, you know, submit footage that we can use, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, that's not a big deal. But one of them was, and it wasn't set in stone, but it just kind of turned me off too. They want me to do a meet and greet, and I think like some of you who might have been on stream, you might have heard me awkwardly ask, "Would you like come to a meet and greet and all that stuff, you know, to see me?" And you guys were really supportive, and I really appreciate that. But at the same time, I was like, that kind of stuff horrifies me. This has nothing to do with like the Twitch stuff. I'm not I'm not that scared of being assaulted because I don't think that there's anyone who's that obsessed with me. I hope not. But I just don't like. I don't want to be in that kind of situation. Like if I was at BlizzCon, where the audience is much more narrow, at least there I feel more comfortable because when I did it last time, I'll just run into people, and I'm open for you guys to like stop me and like say hi or whatnot. And some people they like just give a hey, what's up, you know, just a quick thing because they didn't want to make things awkward and all that. I get it, or I didn't want to make things awkward. But then some people they would stop me, they would want to chat with me, and all that stuff. And all that's fine. And if it organically turned into like a small line or a small crowd of people who just wanted to like hang out and say hi or whatever, okay, that's cool. But going to like a scheduled meet and greet and all that, and then seeing my name that just nah, man, that's not what I want to do. Yeah, it just makes me feel meh, you know. And they are cool, you know. I'm not trying to diss on them. I'm not trying to diss on Blizzard for asking me to do it, or for Twitch doing those sorts of things, because fans do want to connect with their you know, with their favorite streamer peoples, or you know, they just want to like meet some of the talent that's out there. It's just like but I'm cool with walking around, right? Like that I'm fairly comfortable with, or at least I've gotten more comfortable with it. I'll feel lighter after I poop. TMI, but I did. But I still feel like, oh man. I think I just had a restless sleep. I think that's what it was. So I'll get to chat really quick. But the reason why I'm on this particular screen is because I want to. This house feels way too big somehow. Like, is this lot just really big, or is somehow this house just like massive? It shouldn't. Something about it seems weird. Like, how come this house? Maybe it's because of the fencing that I really don't want to be here, but it still lets me put the house there, which I'm like, okay, but then maybe that's a bug. And because can I still set a house in weird spots? No, I can't make it leave. But yeah, like it makes the lot feel small. So anyway, so what I want to do, or at least what I want to envision, is how I want this house to look. So I want to make like a Midgar. And so what I'd like to do now, how high can I go here? Okay, so I can only go this high. So that's going to be awkward. So what I want to do is, I guess, okay, this lot just seems small. I don't know what's going on. Why does it this fencing is like really throwing me off. I think I should move. Oh well, whatever. The idea is this is gonna be like the base. This is gonna be like the engine. So I'm gonna turn this around. So like so like here's like the engine. And what I want is to have like big spidery legs, like a foundation, 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that, or maybe 6, 4 to 6 legs, 4 to 6 giant legs that connect to like a large platform that I'm going to build like on this surface here, and then I'll build, and then I'm gonna, you know, somewhere here I'm gonna make the giant gun, and then once it's assembled, I'm going to mount it and then put it, you know, tilt it and have it face out or face out to the sea, whatever. Something like that. Actually, you know, it wouldn't be a bad idea if I did have, well, with this sort of lot in mind, it wouldn't be bad if I had the entrance like right here. And then if I had like some sort of like fortifications and whatnot, like, okay, here's like the entrance to like the base or whatever. And then inside it's just going to be a house. It'll be like whatever. But the outside is, you know, I want it to be like this whole like kind of like a base, big old plate up top, and then giant gun. So that's kind of what I want to do for the outside. Inside, I don't know yet. So, or maybe outside I'll have a barbecue under the shadow of the giant cannon. Maybe I'll do that. Let me read chat. I didn't get to say hi to people. I'm sorry about that, guys. Let's see. Where's the thing? Okay, cool. So let's give a hearty hello to Galfax, who's the first person to say hi. What's up to Yazon? What's up to Ghost and Arumus and Blondie Shots? What's up to Storm Lilies and Okami and Mr. Chungus? Hi to the Stalwartine. What's up to Patty again? To Akasachi, to Alan, hello to Nikeo, to NJ Shaner. Let's go with that. What's up to Neeb and Kevin? To Ace9 and Fell, and I hope everyone's doing good. Let me see if there's anything to read. Better than classic? Yeah, that's how you know. That's how you know I'm like kind of like scraping the bottom. Blew my mind she had a bodyguard for if such a thing might happen and they would not let him into the venue or something like that. I think the story was she had a favorite bodyguard, which I'm not quite sure what that means, or at least, you know, like she had a bodyguard who she liked having. There was someone going after her, or someone tried to get at her. The bodyguard held the dude down until authorities arrived, but then he got banned from the venue forever because reasons. I don't know if it was like a Twitch thing or a venue thing because of liability, but that's still like stupid. So BlizzCon's a better spot for your crowd over Twitch. Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Like the event that I was going to wasn't BlizzCon. So it feels like that's like too big and too broad for me, and I don't think I want to do that. I think it's less about the social aspect, but how much of your safety such space can provide. Crazy people be crazy, and it's always good to know there are some safeguards just in case. I mean, not restricting the amount of personal security you can bring, to me that's like kind of a game breaker, right? Like if you can't bring your own security that's at least vetted by the event planners, like there should be some facility for that, because because it's not like everyone needs security. Like the people who need their own private security, they're big enough to need their own private security and they can afford it. It's not like they're asking Twitch to pay anything out, but there should be like some sort of like setup for that to make sure that everyone's ass is covered, because in fairness, the venue needs to cover their ass, Twitch needs to cover their ass, but it doesn't sound like there was any sort of offer of coordination there at all, which is stupid. I have a feeling that the security person was just like, okay, they need to buy their own ticket, and might be something stupid like that. What's the benefit of housing? Have you seen the giant guns and robots and stuff? No. The benefit of housing is not unlike transmog. Transmog. That's it. I'll just leave it at that. So if you don't care about that, then you don't care about housing, and that's fine. I'm going to have an area where everything is shrunken down, so you can only use it right if you shrink your character. I think you can still use everything. So like, If I throw down this chair, let's see. Let's see if this works right. So I can't zoom. That's very annoying. So I'm gonna take this chair. All right. I would like to take this chair, and I want to make it real tiny. Okay, so there's the chair. There's the chair. Now, can I sit? Yes. I mean, I totally sit over the chair, but you can, in fact, sit on the chair. Is this plot number 10? I don't know. This is plot number... Oh, wow. Holy cow. Now, that's amazing. That's some geo-finding shit, dude. That's kind of scary, but not that scary. Worst part was everyone had a security guard who... Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Feels weird that Retail and the Sode are down, and my other option right now is Mop Classic. I only play because my dad was also playing. Oh, that is odd. That one classic realm is up. Never mind War Within. Never mind Modern Realms. But the fact that that Sod's down too, that's weird. So what about the other classic eras? Like, does hardcore work? Does whatever anniversary work and all that? If I can bring my own security, then I should be allowed to be my own security. I'd rather have mace, small knife, anything I can handle myself. Okay, maybe not a knife. I don't think a knife is necessary. I mean, like, yeah. One guy, well, we chill. I'm already short as hell. Why would I want to make my house that way? Remix just completed a 116 Court of Stars in time. Am I gonna feel bad about myself? No, dude. I'm how's your guys' remix stuff going? I finally got to start playing again over the weekend. So I played for a little bit. I managed to squeeze myself into one of the guild runs last night. So my item level is like in the 710s, I think. Yeah, 710s, and I think my final trade is in the 60s or so. And I'm cool. I'm feeling, I'm feeling pretty chill. Or, I feel like I'm in a good place. Like, when realms come up, I'll just be smashing through, going through, like, the quests and going through the motions of that and upping my knowledge a little bit more. And, that's going to be pretty chill. Is 740 the max? Yeah, that's the max. So people who are rushing, like, hey, go ahead. No one's going to stop you, but it's not going to get any higher than that. Once you hit 740, then you're good to go. Then it's just bronze and infinite power. And that's what I'll be doing, because I'm going to be buying a shit out of, like, fell stuff and all that. Sold my first Mythic Zero as a hunter last night, so I'm not jealous of that big 115. Nice. I think I managed to do, or I barely managed to do, I think, like an 11 or a 12. I think I should have been able to go. No, yeah. 11 or 12, and then that's when I used up a whole bunch of items to up my versatility or whatever. But I barely got through that. You did a 30 at 60. Damn, solo? How the fuck do you do that? Wouldn't you be like just... Yeah, wouldn't you just be like vaporized by like the dude staring at you? Okay, not solo, okay. Yeah, because two burly guildmates, they carried a few of us through a 30 or a 32 or something like that. One of the guys who was around that item level, he was just corpse running the whole time, right? He was just like, oh, let's go. And then they would do some enemy. This is Neltharian's lair. They just did like some unavoidable damage, and then blah, they were just like blasted. I'm like, oh no. Even I got killed by like the first boss by like a tank buster that I didn't really like pay attention. I'm like, oh, it's way harder than I thought. I happened to beat the tank, but not really. but hey, we got through, and I got my I got my transmog set and the achievements or whatever. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm good with that. is that just a random? Oh, you know, at first I thought that was a Venther dude, and the ears were like just like part of the cowl, or you know, part of the back of the cloak thing. Yeah, just chilling. Right on. I have a shot. Yeah, that one was rough too because I know when I needed to do that, I needed to use the actual cleansing scrolls. That was definitely a thing. And I had to pop some major cooldowns for like one of the attacks where normally you have to soak it between the group, but it was just me and I was just getting one shot. I'm like, oh, better pop something heavy for that one. So I had to be inventive with that one. And I think that was the one I did on an 11, and then it was a quarter of stars 12, and that was just like, ugh. Okay, so one thing that I am gonna do here on stream, I'm just kind of rehearsing because this might be a video for tomorrow. I want to talk about this site here. I've talked about it, but I haven't really like demonstrated or used it. But there are features being added to it on the regular, and right now this is like the site to use, or it feels like the thing to use. It's fucking dope. So. So this is called housing.wowdb.com. This is from the team that this is from the MMO Champion team. And they have this very, very robust site that will let you search for like pretty much everything housing. Again, it's being regularly updated. So like, for example, if you just look for something like chair, it's going to show you everything that is a chair. You go into it, you can look at all the details. They have different tags to help you, you know, if you wanted to like if you see these tags, you're like, oh, Elven, I want to look up all the Elven stuff. And so here's all the things that have been tagged as Elven that mostly are like kind of like self-explanatory, but maybe some of these might be arbitrarily assigned, but I don't think so. I think for the most part, these are just, while this isn't necessarily Elven, it's something that is called the Elegant Silverman Dessert Tray, so it's considered Elven in that case. Maybe it could be considered Blood Elven or Horde or something like that, but I don't know. That's just an example. So the latest update that they introduced was this whole thing about item sets. You can already set up favorites, which are done right here, but you can now set up like these item sets. So what I'm doing is, you know, I'm going around and I'm looking for things that I consider to be my favorite. So here I am on the left-hand window, you know, so I chose a whole bunch of favorites, and it's like, okay, cool. So I'm going to go over to my liked items, or, you know, and here's everything that we have here. But that's all it is. It's just things that you've highlighted, things that you've saved that you want to like look at later or refer to later. My item sets takes it a step further though. So here's this item set here, and it's a bunch of it's a bunch of things that are from my favorites, but it includes like some specific things because what I wanted to do is, again, make like a giant stupid base with a big gun on it. And so I have all these things saved up, and at the bottom you can see where it's applicable. You can see like what the budget is for all these items, because, you know, if you only have like one of these items made, but also if it's craftable, it'll show like a whole recipe list to at least make one of these items. So I need like a little bit of vanilla based wood. I think this is from BFA, and then some ore and what have you. Very, very useful though, because it's a really good reference to like, okay, here's kind of a ballpark of like the kinds of items that I'm going to need. I need this ore, I need these energy cells for Mechagon, I need this and this and this, in case I need some of these things crafted. Now this is still like in beta, and it's based on the alpha, so there's a lot of items here that just aren't hooked to anything. So like, for example, here, this dual action turbo pro lever seems like it'll be very useful on this, you know, wacky base of mine, but it doesn't have anything else attached to it. So I don't know where to buy it. I don't know if it's crafted or what have you. So the information still isn't quite there yet, but it's a good start. And I think it's definitely a site worth using as a reference guide. You know, even as is, it's good because, hey, you want to take a look at like some of the visuals and like see how things look. You can definitely do that. So here we just look at the 3D model for these lights that you can buy. Like I talked about these in the video that I just put out. Like here are some Mechagon lights. I plan on using these as kind of like cables, but there might be something else that I find here. Can I just type in cable? Does that pull anything up? No, nothing like cables. What about string? So here we have like these different kinds of strings, and it's like, okay, so maybe like some of these will be very cool that I can use, but I think I saved a bunch of these. Like these Borala stringlets, these are something that was very popular during the PTR, because I think these were just easy to get. It looks like you just needed 75 war resources, and then you bought it from Boralis. That's it. So you'll figure out like how to get those, and then here we can look at how this model looks here. You can extend them out and whatnot. The goblin one that I'm seeing here, this one it comes in different varieties. So they have long strings, shorter ones, different curvatures, so you can create different effects with it. But then here's like just like a very long one that you would have, you know, let's say like you're going into the house and you want to just have like one boom like all along there. Cool, go for it. So very cool site. I'll probably take some time to script and, you know, talk people through the process of, you know, at least the current method, because it's still a work in progress. But what I'll do to, like, you know, browse through things, favorite stuff, and then switch to a different window or whatever, and then just kind of type in the things that you want. Because here, let me actually demonstrate how that works. So when you want to go in and edit this list, I can remember how to do it. So you go into, so that, like, from here, here's like your item sets. You need to register and log in and all that stuff, so it'll actually remember everything, obviously. But when you go in here, you can just add items. So for example, like this method that I was doing, I was looking at like my favorites, right? So like here's like my liked items. So like I think this is something I didn't add yet. Deactivated whatever. So like here's two items. So here's an item here, here's an item here that I happen to favorite. They both show up. When you add items, it's not going to show up again. So once it's added and it goes onto the list, when you try to search for it, it's not going to show up again. So you know that, okay, cool, it's already been added. And I just noticed this too. So you can increase the quantity of stuff if you want to as well. When you do this, when you do these edits. So if you know you're going to need like 30 of this, then cool, it's going to factor in and tell you like what the recipe cost is going to be. Like I said, it's not perfect, like, and not everything's hooked up, but what I'd like, what would be really cool is if it happened to show me like which items it was that was actually what these materials are referring to, because I don't exactly know. But you can see here, chain niter coil, like Mechagon stuff is what's being asked for. Resonance crystals is what it's asking for as well. So that gives you an idea of what kinds of materials are needed, and then you can start going out and farming them. Woo-hoo. Is the website trustworthy? Yeah, it's by the same team as MMO Champion. So like, it's not as I think that's it. Yeah. So this is WoW database. This is the MMO Champion version of like Wowhead's linking and stuff. And it works fine. It works pretty much the exact same way. So, yeah. Yeah, no problem, dude. Yeah. I wouldn't be, telling you guys to register for something if I didn't think that it was like a good idea. Like the completionism site, that's kind of new. We don't know how long that one's gonna last. I mean, hopefully it'll last, because it's been a pretty useful site that I've been referring to lately. That one you don't need to sign up for. You just need to plug in your character information, which isn't like a big ask. Sold and Bleeding Hollow, that's not a big deal. That's pretty soft. This one does invite you to use your Battle.net to log in with your Battle.net, just kind of like Wowhead and other sites where you connect your Battle.net to that. So in that sense, you're not really giving your personal information. You're just providing this kind of hookup to your Battle.net. So the site will be able to. It won't know your characters. It just kind of knows all it really does is recognize the connection between it just recognizes the connection to your Battle.net account, but it doesn't actually learn anything, if that makes sense. I'm not a big internet security dude, but I can only offer the reassurance that they're not actually getting any information. That's on Battle.net to protect your information. It's just providing this connection, and then all the website does is kind of spit out what it is that Battle.net gives them. So all right. You need to find out how many Legion order hauls you've done. Just look at WoW Tracker and look at all the mounts. Can't do the mount without the order haul finished. You're talking about phase phase 3 is when I believe we get into Legion Fall and the class mounts, right? Crush your warp cannon. Yours is, dude. Yeah, this is the. I want to have like a string of these. You like just like just like a round in a barrel, and then all points to something. Let me show you that damn robot. I think this one. So this is something that I featured on that video I just put out. But dude made like this crazy robot. But you can if you take a look, if you like stop and take a look, you can see how everything hooks together. So these giant Tesla coils, that's what most of these things are. So here's one, there's another, 3, 4, might be here too, 5, 6. I can't. Can I zoom out? Oh no, it's cut off. Damn. But yeah, like it's not. It's very cool, but it's not as like complicated as we might think. There's lots of busy parts here, but at least the arms and legs, they're pretty simple. They're not, they're not too wild. Like if you look at this from a different angle, like you'll see like here, like you would see the bottom of the Tesla coil, which is, just a flat surface. It's nothing crazy. So, but it pulls off the illusion very, very well. Very, very well. It just might not look as great from every single angle, but it's still like pretty damn awesome. No, it is very impressive. Like I said, once you break it down, then it's like, oh, okay. But it's still hella cool. Yeah, don't get me wrong. What sucks about making that video, and I'm happy that I made it. It was hard to find stuff because I can't just go around to any neighborhood I want. I can't just like type in an address or type in a neighborhood and be like, boom, I'm gonna go there. Or if someone told me, dude, so there's this one house over here, it looks hella sick. All right, cool. Give me the address. I can't really do that right now, which really sucks. I at least want to look at houses, right? But then, maybe if someday people would be kind enough to like invite me over, and then I'll just like take a look at the place, and then I'll be like, oh my god, look what they did. That's dope. So. What's even more amazing is that there's another screenshot that was created by... No, we don't talk... No, that's not important, Goose. Who cares about that? God. I expect Alexandria from Final Fantasy Week 1. Yeah, and these are parts that are pretty easily available. At first I thought, oh, okay, like a lot of these things are crafted and blah, blah, blah. No, a lot of these you can just buy from a vendor. Once you have the rep. So like if we can like take a closer look. So that's a chest, right? That's a chest you can open up. That's one of those gnomish, like, those pads, those transmog pad looking things, right? I'm not entirely sure what this piece is. That just seems to be a set of lights. This here looks like a spider mount, or like one of those little spider creatures that's just flipped upside down. There's some gears right there. I'm not sure if those are like separate things or if they're... No, actually, no. Those are chests too. So like there's a chest, that's a chest, and that's a chest, right? Yeah, it's just it's a lot of big pieces put together, but it's done great. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Even the me breaking it down to what it really is, don't this is not a diss in the slightest. This is fucking dope. I love what they did here. You can't, it's cut off here, but they did they used more of those spider mounts to make like feet, to make like claws and whatnot for stability, which makes a whole lot of sense. This is very cool, dude. This is very, very neat. So it's like, what else can we put together, right? Oh, I just noticed that this like siren light kind of thing. And this is in budget too. This is this used, a little around 200 of the budget. It's also, I'm also excited to see the crazy stuff the creators end up making. Have I seen the public bus that traverses the neighborhood? I haven't seen a bus necessarily, but I have seen a cart going around. I've seen one going in circles. In the Alliance one, like I saw a cart. I'm like, oh, I can hop in the cart, and I hopped in, and it just kind of went in a circle around, I think a fountain or something like that. It's the kind of stuff that Blizzard was hoping for. Oh, me too, dude. I mean, people are gonna make like awesome houses. They're going to make very, very cool effects. They're going to make this was only done in just a few days. Imagine what we'll do when we have our full accounts, we have all our resources available, and time goes by, new things are introduced, right? I really would like to have like this, I'll take take a little bit of what I've learned here into making like this giant base that's pointing outwards. So like, where's my gun gonna be? I should know this by sight. There it is. So that's where the gun's gonna be, and it's gonna face that way. So it's gonna face east, basically east towards Eastern Kingdoms. So this lot feels, yeah, I guess it only seems bigger because, okay, there's fencing here too now. Now I'm confused. I don't remember seeing fencing around my place. Oh well. This dude owns 27. So what the guild and I are doing right now, we actually did make a sign-up sheet, kind of as a just in case measure. So a guildmate of mine, he made a quick and dirty sign-up sheet with all the plots. Sign up, cool, go for it. And I just kind of wrote my name in for this plot, number 27. We're going to move into the Horde area. And it doesn't seem like there's like conflicts yet. I think there's like one plot that might be that might be contested. But I know I'm going to be flexing my GM card and be like, if someone tries to take 27, it's not going to happen. So, sorry. If there's a scenario where someone will actually try to move in before me, I don't think that can even happen. But if it did, I'm like, oh, that's not gonna happen. Sorry, I'm gonna move your butt elsewhere. Is housing back up? No. I'm just on the PTR right now. Stuff like this amazes me, is the imagine some people have with this, since my house is going to be just no. So is mine, to be honest. I tried to replicate some of the things that people are doing, and honestly, I just haven't really given myself the time to like sit and just play and do stuff. A lot of the things that I've been had just been kind of like quick work, quick and dirty stuff that I do live and all that. But what I'd really like to do is I want to recapture that whole feeling, that whole vibe of like sitting down and just playing with Legos, because that's what this is. This is wild Legos, where we take the pieces that we have and we do whatever we want with them. And part of the reason why I didn't want to put in so much time. Oh, what's going on here? Well, that's not a player's house. Part of the reason why I didn't put in so much time into the PTR or even here in the alpha, I don't want that feeling of cool, I got my Legos and all that stuff, but then someone takes them away. And then I gotta start all over. That won't feel good. You know, especially knowing now that at least from the information that we've learned, there isn't going to be like an import-export option. I won't be able to take whatever efforts I put into the alpha or the PTR or whatever, and then plop it down when things go live. It's not going to be a feature, not at launch at least, and that's very sad. Very sad because it was another one of those miscommunications from Gamescom, because someone had told a streamer, someone had told Annie Fuchsia, oh yeah, import export options, that's going to be a thing, but it wasn't. You know, the housing lead just kind of like corrected us on that one. So sad song. Make it into guild rules, taking plot 77 will get you G kicked. It's not going to get them kicked. They're going to be royally like booted out of the, you know, I'm going to pack up all their stuff and put it into a box and put it outside the lot. And then I'll put a big gun and be like, no. So one thing now another thing too, because this do I still have the picture up? I don't have it up. You know, this is inspiring. So like maybe not at this scale, but it'd be cool to have like, you know, maybe under the gun, I'll have a small garage where I'll have like a small mecha, right? That'd be cool. You know, just as like a sentry thing and all that. But then I'll also want to have something like this gun, maybe like flipped upside down or something like that, and just pointed at dudes to be like, okay, these are like sentry turrets or like security things and all that. So that'd be sick. I built stuff, but once I did that, I had an idea how it works, and I was happy. Yeah. No, that's a good takeaway. But also, you know, what I was trying to stress to folks, you know, trying to find the lot that you like. Question: is there a way to increase the amount of decor you can have outside? Like, is there a housing level that has one because it feels so? Oh yeah, absolutely. It just doesn't work yet. So you know, you open the housing dashboard, and you can see, sort of. Where's the thing? This works. Sorry, it's black screen, but still here. Okay, there we go. So you can see the housing dashboard here, and it doesn't work because I'm at 1650 out of 1000 house XP, and I'm not going anywhere. But then the interior decor, that's the interior stuff. The fixture budget, that is your exterior decor. The numbers don't mean anything. Don't look at this at all. It means right now it means nothing. I don't think that's going to like mean much. This is probably a bit more accurate. You know, you'll get more rooms to place down, or at least the budget will go up, as well as you get a few more rooms to add. But yeah, as you level up, it's going to get better. Right now there's only 5 levels. I have a feeling that it won't surprise me if 5, what we're seeing here, is simply the budget that we're going to get for early access. So I was saying earlier, like, okay, maybe we won't be able to level up at all at the start. But from the looks of it, there's like all these little things that give us like housing XP, and that seems to be something that is already kicking in on the PTR. So we might be able to get to like 5 at the highest, and then there's going to be more levels later on. We just don't know how high it goes. Like we do, you know, if you recall, the budgets that we saw at Gamescom at Boston, it was the freaking 10,000. It was stupid, right? We don't know if it's going to get that high, or if they were able to kind of like determine, okay, here's our server limitations, we're going to like bring this down by a bit. So that could be a thing. But in the meantime, we know that we can at least grow. And it sounds like, it's not confirmed yet, but it sounds like we'll be able to at least grow a little bit during early access. On PTR, I didn't get how to increase the house XP. There are 2 ways that I know of. One is to collect new decor. Now, there are two now in the context of XP, there are two kinds of decor. It gives XP or it doesn't give give experience. So the things that don't give experience are what's available here, which is a lot of basic stuff, but also things that we need too. So not here, but these dudes. So like these vendors. See here, I can move this one down, Blaze. Like these like this decor, this basic stuff, when you learn it for the first time, it's not going to add any XP. That's all. But if we were to, and hopefully this will work, maybe. If I go to like the core here, maybe I'll be able to see it. No, it doesn't. But actually, no. Yeah, these don't work at all. There are other items that you'll see. Maybe I have it saved somewhere, where they do in fact. You know, you mouse over. Okay, here I found something. No, I lied. Oh, there it is. So you'll see here, like you do learn 10 house XP when you learn like this thing for the first time. So what you'll want to do, what housing people are gonna do day one, they're gonna zip around the planet and they're going to find every reputation vendor, every quartermaster, like anything. And I still need to curate like exactly how I'm gonna search for this. Maybe the housing database site will help me out with it. To find every instance of this where you gain XP from just collecting stuff for the house. So it's going to include, like I said, quartermasters. It's also going to include crafted stuff. So I think that's going to be what probably pushes that whole housing gold rush. People are going to be getting stuff not exactly because they want it, but they want to get like that little bit of housing experience. So that's probably gonna be it. But yeah, the stuff that applies here, like it does. Now, it doesn't mean the stuff here is trash though. There's some very, very important things. Like for example, for the Horde, talk to this NPC, and you get some critical stuff. You get beam platforms, large platforms, doorways, walls, you know, like very essential stuff that might apply for creating certain effects, certain kinds of shapes, so you can reshape your room. And thankfully, those are just bought with gold, and they're not crafted. Otherwise, oh man, you're gonna have people like farming the planet, you know, to make like beams and stuff that people might use a whole bunch of. Let's see. Do old dungeon journals get updated for decor like for killing artists? I believe they should. So let's take a look. Let's go to a raid. Let's go to Ice Cream Citadel. That one. Okay, I don't know what that thing is, but whatever. I'll live with it. And then let's just look at the loot tables and try to find if there is decor somewhere in this raid. So, no. So nothing that I'm seeing here, at least. So where might other stuff be? So what about dungeons? Anything from dungeons? Actually, shoot. Is there anything that we know for sure is going to be a thing? I think I remember something about receipt. I don't know if that's one of them. Because I think I remember there was supposed to be like a bookshelf or something that drops off of seat. So if you want to decorate your lot to look homeless, is that possible? Yeah, basically. Like you could just set up a tent out. You could just have like a house and then just don't use the house. I mean, it's still got to be there, right? But then you can just have like a little tent next to the house, an overhang, and then you live there. You'll have your bed and like some of the other stuff, or like not even the bed, just like a bunch of trash and mats and stuff to sleep on. Sure, go ahead. Onyxia's head. Oh yeah, there's that one. So well, actually, Onyxia's head is linked to an achievement. That's not a drop. My house is the capital of a tent city. Yeah, you can do that. Go to Nighthold. Okay, cool. Thank you. So something Nighthold. We go to the bottom and we see a lot of loot. We see trinkets. Okay, so not that either. But it would be here. Court of Stars. Let's look at that. It might not be enabled during the alpha. Yeah, there's a lot of housing items like they're not really hooked in. Maybe it was on the PTR, but it's not here, unfortunately. So sad song. Yeah, so I'm guessing that's what the thing is, because I don't see anything else, right? Yeah. It was a fence on the PTR. Okay, so like the PTR is just like a little bit ahead on the item hookups. That's it. But those are the things that people will probably be doing like early on. Well, okay, step 1, claim your plot, right? Find yourself a spot. Say what's up to your neighbors. Find out if there's anyone there who you hate. Figure it out. But you know, plant your flag. Actually, no. First thing you probably want to do is not go into housing. Knowing that you're if you're going to participate in, I guess it doesn't matter what you do. Like if you participate in public housing, there's no rush, because you're not going to find a place to live. You could just keep choosing and keep searching around until you find the plot you want in the neighborhood that's where it's available. Because I have a feeling that, you know, day one of that patch is going to be a disaster. Sorry, Blizzard, but you know, we got to learn eventually, right? So be prepared for like total chaos. I think what I'm gonna do, I think I do need to like do the whole setup with the guild, right away. But I'm gonna be spending time, you know, doing the whole XP thing for sure. Lots of XP stuff. There's a lot. Now, the things that you also get from achievements, those also give XP, because I noticed, maybe you guys noticed too, when we transferred onto the PTR, you log in, you know, especially if you have a copy character, and you unlock a whole bunch of stuff. So what you might, I don't know if you're going to end up needing to do this, but you might need to log on to like a whole bunch of different characters from different classes, because there are certain achievements, especially from Legion, where you need to have played like that class. So if you want a certain thing, you know, you'll need to have like done like a number of missions on that character, and then you get a piece of decor. I don't know what exactly it is. It may or may not be critical for you. For the people who are the +1ers and XP farmers, then they're gonna want every drop that they can get. Now, I do wonder too, though. Now here's a thought. If there's a maximum level right here, let's pretend, you know, let's make the assumption that that we can only get so high. When we exceed it, what happens? You know, if we have enough experience from collecting random stuff to somehow get to like level 5, if we break that limit, I hope it doesn't like do anything weird, right? Like, you know, give us XP that won't count later on, because then it's gonna feel like we're gonna lose out on it. And you know, some people are gonna be like, oh no, now I'm gonna quote fall behind, and all that. I don't think it's gonna be that bad, but it would just be a shitty feeling anyway. No one's gonna like that. So while database is good to find items and see where it's from. I guess what I'm trying to do, Rivka, is kind of a reverse search. Is like I want to look for items that are just related to, war resources. Like I don't know if I can do that. Can I? I think it just lets me search for items. So for example, like, oh no. Oh no. No. Internet disaster. Oh, that's a bummer. There goes that plan. Um, the idea though is I would want to search for like everything that is purchasable with war resources. You know, I'd want to see that. Hopefully it's a scaling requirement and gets to like 30 or 40k. That would solve it. But then, boy, that would be really rough. Because at least right now, the first time collection bonus is 10 XP. This thing is like 1,000 XP, or this level 1 asks for 1,000 XP. So if that were the case, if it scaled up, boy, that's gonna kind of suck. I have a feeling that if it does, like, if the XP requirement does increase, it won't be by much. But I think I'm going to just kind of wager that it's going to be like Renown, where it'll only go up by so much, because I think I'm sure the WoW team has already budgeted. Okay, there's only so much stuff that you can get. There's only so much XP that people will be able to get on the, you know, during the playtest, no matter what. And then the rest is going to be like, okay, new stuff that comes in via professions, and then stuff that comes in from endeavors. That's going to be, endeavors are going to be the enduring way to continuously like gain housing XP until we're done. Because as far as I've seen, there is an upper limit to it. I think that was something we saw in Boston. I think there were like 20 levels, but don't even trust that. They could decide whatever the hell they want. But we did see a cap to it. And at some point, yeah, this whole placement budget, it's gonna have to end somewhere. Now there might be additional levels that they just keep adding, and instead of more budget, then they'll just, you know, instead they'll just give us like a new item, you know, a new piece of decor, kind of like honor, you know, kind of like honor levels or something. You know, just keep doing it, you'll get like a small trickle of stuff. But I have a feeling that endeavors are going to be like the main thing that will keep giving us like a round of new stuff. Now's the point where it would be good if they had completed the Warband reputations. One character to travel the world would be nice, not trying to remember which character I played 10 years ago and who has that one rare rep at Exalted. Yeah, it would be great if they, you know, if they did all that stuff, and if they made like all the currencies that are related to those things also Warbound. But it's also a lot to do for, you know, a very specific purpose like that, and we may or may not be revisiting those places ever again. So it's not like we can't do it. It's just going to be like annoying annoying and kind of messy to do, but it's still something we can like do, right? Does anyone have a website or anything that tells you when servers are back up? Oh yeah, there's a, yeah, I think Starbucks is on it. I think it said that they'd be expected to be back up at 11 or so. What's it with the long maintenance today? I'm sure it has something to do with both Remix Phase 2 and Turbo Boost to make sure things go smoothly. Let's look for some bugs when realms come up. Though something weird's gonna happen, no doubt, no doubt. Yeah, the real Turbo Boost starts today. Phase 2 begins for the remix. I think Phase 2 is like the bigger deal, because that's like, okay, that max renown thing is kind of annoying. That's going to be the bigger deal, because that's more of a thing happening. But you know, I'm sure they want to make certain the quest for the Turbo Boost stuff, that thing works correctly. Who knows? There might be some hidden miracle changes, like maybe they decided, oh, we decided to include Raid Finder in that quest requirement. You know, that could be a thing. Oh, this is a cool lot. You know, for the person who wants a bit of that Stormwind feel, but not really, like they could at least have this lot. and have something, even though just across the street is like the hood. Okay, not really, but oh, wagon. Ooh, check it. We found the taxi. Let's go. Woohoo! Okay, I want to pull off that meme of going to Skyrim. All right, so let's ride. I just need Blizzard to let me roll int items on my Demon Hunter. Why would you need to roll int items on the Demon Hunter? I thought that the Warglaze would just work. I could probably look at that right now, idiot. But yeah, that's what I'm guessing. On House, I love what they've done so far. I have to say I like the exterior houses in the neighborhood better on the Horde side than the Alliance side, but overall I'm pleased, way beyond my expectations. No, it's very cool. Oh, we stopped. Yo. So they're done with their thing. So where next? He has no name. Oh no, wait. UI's off. Communal cart, local. Oh, dude, these people need names. Yeah, these people need names. If these people are going to be like going around doing like their same routine, I at least want to know their names. Like, give them that. Like, I wonder if these guys are like totally scripted or if there's like a little bit of you know, a little bit of AI stuff, improvisation going on, kind of like the Garrison people. Oh no, he's gonna run them through. Rah. The goblin has a bench of a butt. Oh, he does. At least, but I'm sitting proper. Heyo. Oh, you're awake. I still never finished that game, dude. I got to Whitehall and I never left. I've never left. I guess my dude took an arrow to the knee as well. Let's see, what is the guild going to do today? The guild will do normal. Yeah, the guild will do normal. We'll blast, and then we'll do heroic stuff. I'll probably bring my... Oh, you know, I totally... Wow. Last week was the first week that I actually forgot to do all my delves. You know, for the gilded and stuff. I mean, it's not a big deal anymore because I'm going to be pretty much done. Doing all the trade, you know, we're doing all the trade-ins and stuff. But still, damn. Bad discipline, soul. Bad discipline. Discipline. It's so peaceful, just enjoying the scenery. I remember, like, I was chilling. There's a stagecoach in Revendreth. And my nose is whistling. I'm sorry. There's a stagecoach in Revendreth, and I remember I just hopped on that, and I was just chilling. Oh, is he gonna get on? No. Oh, I want to see people get onto the cart too, dude. I want to wait until people get on, because otherwise, like this goblin dude is just a transient, and he's just kind of like, you know, he looks really downtrodden though, man. He is not. Yeah, I don't know. He looks displeased. Okay. Oh, he did get on. Yeah, look at that. He's like, okay, so I think there is like some improvisation going on. That's cool. That's cool. He was just like, dude was in his own world. Oh, it's so nice to be out here. Away from the war, away from all this other stuff, and you know, I'm just gonna go to the market and get my... Oh wait, the cart was just back there. My bad. All right, who else gets on? Who else gets on? I wonder if multiple people can get on here. Like, can like 4 people get on here, or is there like a cap? Financial bit just last week. I found out I took an arrow to the knee is an old Viking slang for got married and proposed. So all those guards were adventurers who met that special barmaid with the best mead ever and called it home. Oh, that's an interesting thing to learn. Wait, I forgot my wallet. Okay, so where are we here? Oh, they're both good. Oh, okay. So it's just me now. Me and the driver. Me and the driver. Good boys. Good boys. This plus the script you showed me about left and right. Oh, do I have it enabled here? Yeah, I do. Oh, let's go. Let's twist. It's really slow though, so. Oh no, they said no advantages, but I wonder if we can get a mailbox and bank access. I think when I had that conversation with Jesse Kalunchik, the mailbox seemed to be like the only thing that they were ready to relent on publicly, but they stopped short of that too. I'm pretty sure. I have a feeling that they'll be cool with a mailbox because, you know, it makes too much sense. Or it makes no sense to not have it. Arguments can be made for a lot of other things, but a mailbox at your house? It's like, yo, come on. Kind of a no-brainer. They said if it's a toy, it can be in-house. That's something contradictory then. Because, yeah, if it's a toy, it can be in the house, but it's a question of when. Most of the questions I asked were, what's going to make it for launch? And from the sounds of it, aside from the actual building of stuff, the utility of things, very little, if anything, is going to make it for launch. But that's, we'll see how that changes. We still got, months ahead of us. Many alpha and beta builds ahead. So we'll see how it develops. And hopefully we'll get some good news, right? So now that we have housing, what about getting married and making halflings? I can see them ease up over time. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Will there be a Pepe? I believe there's Pepe furniture. Yeah, I remember one of the big arguments people were making were like, yo, can we just have... Why doesn't Blizzard just give us... Okay, let me see if the database site even works still. Why don't they just make pets stationary, right? And that doesn't sound like such a bad idea, but what they would need to do then is create a pet version, or I'm sorry, a furniture version of every pet. And so it's going to be like, okay, now it's going to be that much more work to do on top of the work that they're already trying to do with making pets and whatnot a thing after launch, which, they said it's not going to be in for launch, which sucks. Okay, so Pepe. Pepe. Nope, no Pepe. Lame. Refund. God. Making now available in the shop for a low price of... Yeah, right. You know what we're going to have, right? We're going to have like a giant Pepe. If that became a thing. That motherfucker would be huge. It'd be mecha-sized. Oh, wow. Oh, dude, she got out of the way. She's like, oh, snap. Well, let's see. That one person didn't get out of the way, but what about these guys? Nope. He's dead. He is dead. Okay, anyone else gonna get out of my way? No, not really. Pet statue could just be a podium, then you select a pet and boom. But then same thing. You'd have to make pet furniture. And if they want to do that, okay. If it's easy for them to do, cool. No complaints here. But if I were to, if there was like some decision making happening, and there's the question of, okay, do we push back the actual deployment of pets so we can put in this thing in the meantime? I'd be like, nah, screw that. Just go for the pets. Let let the players suffer for like a little bit longer. Sorry, but I'd rather do that and just have them have pets working correctly. Oh, we got a passenger. Let's go. We got a new rider. Major props to Wild DB devs for putting together this as a solid app in relatively short. Yeah, I think they had like they had a plan, clearly. Like not sorry to do like a whole like site versus site thing, but you know, Wowhead just doesn't have anything. Right? I don't think they have everything. I don't think they have anything. Not specific for housing, you know, and the the MMO champion side, they're just doing a really good job of creating something that is specifically for housing, you know, certain tools and whatnot. But I'm sure that Wowhead's going to catch up and, you know, make some cool stuff, and you know, we'll see ultimately what people decide to use. What is it crazy? I did notice that some of these NPCs were like just kind of moving out of the way though, and we are kind of going around. But I think I think this is mostly limited to this eastern side. But we'll see. Oh, we gotta ford the river. Oh shit. Oh, that's totally super shallow. Okay, never mind. We also know how much information Wowhead has been given. Oh, it's nothing. It's nothing special though. That's the thing. I think what they did was, I think what the MMO champion did though was they've just been very, very aggressive about it. Like they're doing constant updates and things like that, but the information that we're getting from it, it's nothing that isn't already accessible. I think they just have like some dedicated dudes who've been working on it. Data. Well, they both data mine at the same time. Remember when SOD came out? I had data mined everything. Blizzard asked them personally to time lock it. They could have done the same thing. So, from what we were told, when the alpha first came out, we were told don't release anything that has, or don't data mine this special build. Don't do that because there are things on there that we don't want anyone to see yet. But chances are people data mined it. But that's a different conversation. For all we know, maybe the MMO champion team, they data mined like all this stuff ahead of time. Anyway, so that way they can just kind of like be on top of releasing something quickly. Could have been that, but still, like they do have like a dedicated site for it, like all these different hookups and whatnot. And they had it up pretty quick, so it's still very, very impressive. All right, so I think we're at the same spot we were before, different people, so it's not an entirely like set scripted thing. Because remember, there's like the troll that like I think they hopped off at some point. They're like making their way over here, and then we kind of went around. So I hope that there are multiple carts going around. WoW has a massive site and has basically become the go-to news source for discords on information world WoW, so I wouldn't be shocked if they had a group of trusted players on an internal build. That would surprise me. I don't think they would. Yeah. I think that they probably communicate more, but I don't think that, oh wow, she actually got pushed by the cart. Interesting. Yeah, but I would be surprised if there were third parties that got access to a build sooner than others. But who knows? They know. We never will. Okay, so I want to find another cart. Don't tell me that's like the only one. There's got to be like, let's just go like down here and find a cart and go for a ride. That's definitely one of the cool things they put in. I'm going to be very excited to see how endeavors work out. Like, I'm sure that they're going to, you know, whenever an endeavor evolves or, you know, reaches that next stage, we're going to see places like here probably develop a bit with certain decor. You know, that's based on that endeavor. And then there's like other spots here. So like, for example, here. So like this will have some special stuff to it. I'm getting hungry now. Yeah, I really want them to have names. I hope they do this. I hope they add names so that way we can, you know, add a little bit of personality to each of these neighborhoods. You know, so people will have like their favorites or like, oh, there's that one dude, like that dude's such an asshole. Alright, so I should like stick to a main road and look for a cart. Yeah, you don't need to see my character. Or the UI for that matter. Let's find a cart. Come on, give me a ride. Oh, portal to the mall, let's go. No. Come on, cart. Hippo cart? That'd be kind of cool. Flight point? Convenient, but too convenient. I want a rickety ass cart to take me around. Oh, you know what they need? They just need a map that just shows where the carts are. Right? That would be extremely helpful because some of us just want to chill and sit on something that moves. It'd be so cool if we could make our own cart that goes around a certain area, unlock it, level it up so it goes like, you know, to other places around. And of course you can upgrade it with guns, rocket launchers, defensives, you know, point defense. Yo, that'd be hella cool. Your guild has a Canadian corner. Is that how it's really turning out, Grim? Is there like a spot for all the Canadians? You weirdos. Says the guy who wants to make a giant gun. Weirdos. God. Okay, I'm not seeing any other cards. Okay, let's go to the Alliance one and see if they have cards set out. What plot does Soul like? I have to make sure it isn't on my list. The one I'm going for, well, the guild has a list if you want to take a look at it, Puddle. Well, in case you wanted to have a house with the guild. So mine is 27. So it is this one right here. So you make the climb up. Actually, I'll go faster. It's a long climb. And then here it is. Here's 27. Woo-hoo. Anyway, we're going to Allianceville. Still unclear as to whether they're going to give us guilds, a neighborhood for Alliance and one for guild, or just one. I hope it's one of each, especially since my guild is co-faction. 2 neighborhoods. Or you can live in, you can have 2 houses, 1 horde and 1 alliance. That's really it. Like, you mean you set up markers for a racetrack? Oh, dude, if we could take our drive cars here, that'd be hella cool. That would be very cool. You found Dreamheart are in the triangle? Nice. Are there spots in different zones across the world to have a house? I'd love to put one in Gilneas. At the moment, no. Right now it's set to like these two locations and like that's it. Unfortunate, but oh well, that's what we got. And let's find the cart. I guess this is a general thing about the Alliance housing. It's more paved. Right? It's simply more paved. They got their main roads, which are paved. The Horde ones aren't nearly as much as paved. Because it's a cart, but it's not moving. Is there really only one cart per faction? Yo, they gotta buff that. Oh, I didn't notice this. Oh, we got a little... Okay, they got a... This is cool. I mean, this maybe needs some texture, but still very cool. I'm just going to do this from the ground. I think flying through is an injustice. You kind of skip out on everything that's happening here. So, like, you know, more examples of these string lights going on. Some, of course, oh, there's like a house that you can make like right by a dock. So people can, like, if people want to fish, that's pretty sweet. Much more developed looking? Maybe? Oh, it does show the cards there? Where? I do not see a cart. Or I'm blind. Help. Like, I don't see anything stopped at the moment. I knocked it out. My presence made them all hide. Check my filters. I have no filters. PTR. Oh, the PTR build showed cards. Okay. That's cool then. I'm good with that. Middle by scroll? You mean that? That's the bulletin board. But I don't see anything moving. House upgrades. Nope, not that. Got a question. Can you place items you can only get from a Horde character in your Alliance house and vice versa? Like items from Underground Rep from Horde? I believe no. At least not external decor. I think that's kind of restricted, but I don't have enough. I don't have assets myself to really test that with. So I have a human paladin I could use my character as a setup character and move my tunes can go to it. Oh yeah. So like what I plan on doing, I'm gonna have to roll an Alliance character. My God. What does this world come to? I'm gonna have to roll an Alliance character so I can get more decor. So that Alliance character is just gonna be called like Soul Builder or some shit like that. And their purpose is to just get me decor somehow, some way. So they're going to, you know, I'll have to level, rep them up, do all that good stuff, and then get resources, and they'll just chill at the house the whole time. They're never going to leave. Aside from getting Alliance decor or whatever, like they're always just going to be like at the house. I should level on Alliance during Remix. That's a good idea. I mean, I already have like a couple though, so maybe I don't need to do that. Like, let's see, what would be the benefit of making another Alliance 80? Because I'm pretty sure I have one. Oh, I know what it would be. It would be to unlock allied race stuff. Am I afraid? I'm not afraid. I'm not scared. It just makes me uncomfortable. That's different. It's so different. It's for me moving along the path. This is the PTR alpha. This is alpha. No one should be able to see cards on the PTR, right? Because the housing stuff is down. More transmog. Yeah, more transmog. Or to the. You know what's funny? Like, when I first started playing WoW, there was no question of like which race I wanted to play, right? I wanted to play the undead because I used to, I played Warcraft 3 back in the day, and my favorite race to play was the undead. Because between like the Lich and the Death Knight, you can do like a good Necro build. Oh man, they just crushed. They were so good. You would like cripple all the dudes, and then you go in, and then you would have like a bunch of, and then if you happen to have some cripplers to help you out, you just need a couple ghouls and you raise. Anyway, sorry. So I chose that. Then I realized, oh, there's the car. So I think I needed to be like close to it. Yeah. So let me get further away from it. Yeah. You need to be in proximity. Oh, that's lame. Here, let me move away. So like, there's me and there's the cart. Okay, I need to like go further. Yeah. So I have to be like in like proximity of the cart. That's stupid. Liz, no, that's wrong. Whatever though, we're going for a ride. Ah, let me in. All right, cool. Good to go. And camera spin. Let's go. All right. But yeah, anyway, back to the whole horde thing. It wasn't until after I started playing that I realized, oh, there are faction restrictions. Because then I found out that none of my friends played with me. Everyone else was like rolling night elves. And that's it. They were just rolling. They're all rolling night elf females. Because they're all perverts. Right? And I asked them too, I'm like, dude, night owls, why are you rolling night? Because for me, I have a hatred for night owls because, again, back to Warcraft 3, they're like my nemesis. Oh man, fighting them was a pain because I had to do, because if I get baited, then, if I got baited in just the wrong way or the right way, then they would do like that whole Starfall and Tranquility combo, and then I'm just dead. I'm like, what? But then sometimes I'd be able to like throw a stun out and like, okay, I gotcha, bitch. So yeah. Anyway, so that's where my animosity towards night elves comes from the game. I sent for blood elf. Oh, for sure. I mean, times changed. The reason why I rolled a blood elf was because I wanted to play a race that stands up straight. That's it. It's fair, yeah. That's the long and short of it. I wanted a race that stands up straight. We're all screaming. Hey, I don't think it's a good idea to make the cart have to be something that has to be line of sight. I want to be able to just see it, right? For the Alliance. I admire Alliance architecture, all right? Everything else sucks. I'm just kidding. The Alliance don't suck. The Alliance are just fine. It's just that the Horde are better, right? It's not better or worse. It's more like good and better. That's what I mean. So anyway, what was I getting at? I don't know what I was getting at, dude. I wish Blizzard would finally give the Horde a glow up, and I was hoping it would happen with housing, but yeah, the Horde area is just not as good as it could have been. Oh, I think it's awesome. Sorry. I think it's as good as it could be. Now, one thing that Horde players have been complaining about is them saying, "Well, dude, they need something like the undead. You know, how come the Alliance have a spooky spot, but the Horde do not?" And I'm like, "Do you not know your geography? Come on, Horde, get it together. Go to school." Like, we knew right from the jump when they presented like these zones or whatnot that they were going to be location specific. They weren't going to just be. It wasn't going to be like a made up biome. You know, so the Horde area is supposed to be a mix of Ashara and Durotar for the most part. Took some liberties here and there, but even then, not really. But if you wanted like a spooky Tears Fall spot, you got to go to the Eastern Kingdoms for that, which is definitely like not there. The Horde, you know, within that vicinity, they just didn't have anything like that. But then on the other hand, the Alliance area, you had like these different places. You had, you know, of course, you had Elwyn Forest. You had Duskwood, which is like just straight up right across the river, and with a little taste of, what's that other zone? Oh God, the one to the west, Westfall. The little taste of Westfall, and a little bit of Liberty with including some of the Highlands, because that, yeah, I think that transition like that seemed, I guess, plausible. That wasn't, you know, it's not as contrasting. But straight up going to be like, oh, let's just have some random like place full of that's like super dark and like kind of dead. Yeah, that just wouldn't make sense. I think the likelihood for the next zones will be Undead and Blood Elf and Night Elf and Draenei. I think it's gonna, if they stick with this, it's gonna be region specific again. That's it. So, what could the next one be? For the Horde, I would imagine something like. That's actually kind of tough. I would imagine something along the lines of Desolus and not Felwood. Actually, they could go the vibe of Ashara, Felwood, Winterspring. I don't know how to do that, but it could be something like that. So, you know, adopting from those biomes, and then the Alliance could be something like, where could we go? We would probably Stranglethorn, Blasted Lands, and I forgot the name. Deadwind Pass, something like that, right? But that's an example of like those areas. We could also go to like what Puddle's suggesting. We can go to a whole ass expansion too, and try to capture that biome. But it feels like they're trying to, you know, keep the region, you know, keep it in character for like what the continent is. They could give us some Horde graveyard for the Forsaken in the desert. Oh, that wouldn't make much sense. I mean, that, I guess that's where I'm coming from when I'm making a counterpoint to, you know, ask like, oh, how come the undead don't get a thing? Because it's a different continent. That's it. It's a different ass continent. Now, maybe if they did something for Northrend, so what would we have there? It would be there. There's got to be icy stuff. You know, so you would have something cold up north, probably dead, and then it would descend to like some sort of like highland area, which would have a vibe close. You know, something. Would they include Sholazar? I don't think they would. I think they probably wouldn't include Sholazar as part of the whole Northrend neighborhood. They would probably stick to something like Borean Tundra. They would have Howling Forward, and then Ice Crown. They would have something similar to that. I doubt that they would do the whole, as much as people would want the Grizzly Hills vibe. You already have. I think that's easily attainable, like on other continents too. I think they would want to have something that has like a bit of contrast to it. They should give foreskin an upright option like orcs. What? They should give oh, that's a take. The Alliance neighborhood doesn't have any gnome or night elf themed area. Well, not night elf, because night elves are in Kalimdor. But you're correct. It doesn't have a. There are no gnomes in that particular area. That's really it. A Sporgar themed neighborhood would be intriguing. Yeah, what would be an Outland thing? So, what would be some good vibes there? As much as people would like Nagrand, that seems like a bit too plain. I can see Terracar. I can see the thing where the Sporgar are. I forgot the name of the Zangarmarsh. Terracar, and I'd say Blade's Edge. Unless people really want to live in Netherstorm. But I don't see how you can. I don't think you can. Well, maybe you can hook Netherstorm in there somewhere. It'd be pretty cool. You know, actually no. Well, I guess when we consider expansion continents, I think we can be a bit more liberal about it, and just be like, okay, we can jump here, jump here, jump here, because we can have like a certain part that's like a series of domes. So you can have a Netherstorm sort of thing where there's like some domes there, 1 or 2 domes, people can go there. But that would make the neighborhood like way too big, because you would need to have a good transition from going to somewhere like Terracar all the way up to Netherstorm. Like, how do you do that? I don't know. I don't think all neighborhoods need to be 50 plot lands. Maybe not. People have to give purple night elven aesthetics and actual moonwell. I have a feeling that there's a puppy. Oh, ho, ho, ho. That's a new one too, huh? I think that's a new puppy. Hold on, wait. No, I want to lose the cart. Okay, never mind. Wait. I don't think we've seen this skin, have we? I can't pet it. You damn it, Blizzard. Unable to pet dog. Yeah, these gotta have names, dude. They've gotta have names. I seriously, oh, hello. A toy vendor. Yo, she's got the stuff. I very, very strongly believe everything here should have a name. Okay, not everything. Whoop. Sorry, cow. But everything that is not killable should have a name. That dog should have a name. The NPC should have a name. These dudes walking around, they should have names too. I don't want to just call them neighborhood laborer. No, man, you're important. You work hard. You work so hard. You don't even give a damn about like how your hair looks. She's like, nope, this is just what I'm like, and leave me the hell alone. She looks pissed, and she should have a name, so we can tell like a little bit of a story, right? Quick video. Boom. Little things that neighborhoods need. Every NPC should have a name. So doable. We should be able to pet the dog. We should be able to see the cart wherever the hell it is on the map, in case we want to just go for a ride. Right? New neighborhood in the future, Strathholm Cleansed. That'd be kind of cool. It'd be kind of cool to see like a major, like a busy city kind of neighborhood where you don't really get a lot of external decor. But then inside is just whatever. but then it has that kind of like city vibe instead. I love an area of connected domes that replicate different land areas. Karen? No, she ain't. No, that dome ain't no Karen. She's just busy. She got stuff to do. Karen stands still and stays on you while hollering for like cops or something like that. Right? Nah, she just got business. How goes the alpha? I'm just chilling. I'm not really doing anything. I don't do a whole lot. Well, on stream, I tend to not like do a lot of testing. At least recently. I'm just kind of vibing and like chatting with folks. But I'll do like a couple things, present some stuff. More than anything, I want to get on live and get to some business. What's the quest for? This quest? This should be for the third zone. Haven't seen anything yet though. I haven't done any like playthrough testing or whatnot. The only things that I've done are housing and professions, you know, exploring professions. So we've been seeing that develop over time, and I'm hoping that we get to see like a bit more on that. This other quest, it's for decor. So there's an NPC that you'll see on both the Horde and Alliance neighborhood, where you just do it and then you get a decor thing. You just got to do some exploring. So this guy, the last architect. Oh, looks cool though. I want his clothes. Shoot, never mind what you have to offer. Just give me your threads. Oh, downtown was updated to noon? Oh, that's a bummer. Can only the guildmaster set the housing area to guild, or can an officer do it? I'm not sure. I don't think they've done the hooks to set up those sorts of permissions yet. Not yet. And I am curious, like, how that's going to play out. Like, let's pretend it's not going to turn out this way. But what if, you know, I, who has a character, you know, as the GM, I'm Horde. Can I just choose to go into the Alliance neighborhood if I wanted to, or do I need to pass leadership to like an Alliance alt of mine, and then set up the guild neighborhood or something like that? That seems kind of weird. I don't think that's. I think that's a bit extra. I don't want to do that. I wouldn't mind a Strathill neighborhood, city homes in contrast to open land with courtyards instead of front yards or whatever. It would be doable and nice, and maybe something for people who are intimidated by a bigger project and want to furnish a flat. I mean, I still think the inside should just be freeform, do whatever you want, because people can just make a flat. You know, people don't need to extend their rooms to, you know, and make like this labyrinth of a house. They could just stick with the one room, make it really cool, very cozy, leave it at that. So you can't pass leader to a tune of a different faction of the current GM. Yeah, see, that's where we get problems, huh? Yeah, so those are the things that I would be curious about that need a solve. That's, you know, one part something the housing team can take care of, but it's more like the housing team would tell another part of the WoW team to make that work. You know, just like how the housing team doesn't exactly like do professions. They just like say like, oh, here's what we want to do, and the profession team will execute on it. Or how like the quest team will be like, ooh, there's all this decor that we want to get from you guys. Give us this, give us that. And then the housing team's like, okay, here you go. And so they like hand over items to, yeah, and hook them to professions, achievements, drops, what have you. So I don't think you have to be Alliance to choose an Alliance neighborhood. You're basically creating an instance of whatever you want. Yeah, I hope that they just hook that up and make it easy to do. Like even now, like the way that it feels so far, like you have to create a character from that faction to go to that house. maybe for now that's okay because it's the best way they can implement it, but I think I would like a cleaner way of doing that. I find the Alliance neighborhood super boring. They took out the martial setting that makes the Alliance cool. Martial? What do you mean by martial? I'm not familiar with the use of that word. I want to pass the guild to my blood elf from my night elf, and it won't let me. You can't purchase the guild faction change anymore. That's true. Without having that facility, I think the only option would be to create that thing of, okay, you can just choose which neighborhood you want to do. Now, I wonder, once you choose it, how much of a pain in the ass will it be to change it from like one faction neighborhood to another? Is that like an easy thing to do? Because that sounds very that's very disruptive. Like, what if one day, you know, like years from now, people in their neighborhoods, they're doing their things and blah, blah, blah. And then the GM just decides, all right, we're going to this new neighborhood, and they just unilaterally do it. And then all of a sudden, you know, guild members log in and their house is all packed up, right? And now they just got to go into this new spot. And sure, they can lay it all down. Maybe the layout will be fine, but it's not going to be the same, right? The orientation of this isn't right, and blah blah blah. Yeah, it's just not gonna. That's not gonna work. That would piss it would piss like those guild people off hard. I'm sure community neighborhoods are coming. I don't know. I'm not so sure, because a community does not require a whole lot of people, and you can easily leave, come and go, and what have you. I think that would cause like a lot of unnecessary stress, and that's what they're trying to not do. So I wouldn't be surprised if they leaned away from doing that. I mean, it sounds like a good idea. It should be something that they do, but I think because they because they have concerns about stability and all that, they're not going to do it. At least not for a while. I think they want to get like this all set up and working correctly. Yeah, you need 8 active people to create a private neighborhood. And as far as I know, like if you go under that limit, then you risk losing your neighborhood. I don't know exactly how that works, but yeah. Just say your community must have 50 plus unique members. That's a lot of people. I remember, like, you need to have, or people can only have like their 2 houses. So it feels like it would be very easy for a neighborhood to just break. Community neighborhoods would just be charter. Well, the problem though, Ali, is that community neighborhoods are, they're not, or charter neighborhoods are not guild charter neighborhoods are limited to 50. Whereas guild neighborhoods, they're limited to 1,000. I know you main prod, but have you tried Rat? What do you think of the redesign? Nope, haven't tried it. That's my dedication. Like, if I could, I would put up like a big caution tape or something like that, or I'd board it up. If I could. That's how that's my dedication. How many people do we need to create a guild neighborhood? I'm not sure about that either. It might be 8 as well, but I haven't tested that. So here's a question. I know you can have a horde house and an alliance house, but how many neighborhoods can one be in? Are you asking if you can join the same neighborhood? We'll test it. I don't think there's 8 of you folks here that are in the alpha right now, is there? That, and I just assumed that someone else would test this out. It was 10 on the PTR for a guild. Yeah, Grim, the short answer is you can be in 2 neighborhoods because, you know, 1 horde, 1 alliance. But I'm kind of curious, can you have no, you can't be in the same neighborhood, duh, because you can only have 1 yeah, just 2. That's it. There goes my master plan. But yeah, just 2, that's it. Yeah, how would that work? If you... Yeah, when the GM decides the neighborhood, it feels like it's like a one-way trip. Because that would be so disruptive. People would be so pissed if the GM just decided to... I mean, I guess maybe that kind of thing could stay in because obviously the GM would probably lose most of their guild members if they just like up and changed everything. That would piss people off so much, man. Can Horde live in an alliance neighborhood? Yes, I am Horde right now, and I have a house. Let me go to my house. Oh, that's not the way. Is it Horde decorated? No. So like there's some decor that you just won't see outdoors. I can't move this window. No. So there are a few things that it looks like I can display, but there's not a whole lot of stuff that I bought here. It's like here's like a tent, which is like, okay, cool, it's a tent. But what if I were to like try to make it seem like this is an alliance house by like taking this? Let's see, let me change the roof to no, that's kind of big. No, that doesn't seem right. Okay, let's go with that for now. Sure, that's fine, whatever. I'll just leave it like that. Can I like, how much can I sort of like possess this house? No, I don't think I'd be able to do that necessarily. I just want to shrink the house. God, if only I could do that. That would be so useful. So let me rotate this at a proper-ish angle. And then this one too. And then just try to line this up a little bit. And then can I change the house to be a little bit flatter maybe? I think I'd be stuck changing the roof style to like, nah, that doesn't quite do it either. Oh, actually, no, I can't, because then I'll just move this. Right, I'll just move this to the side here, and then, okay, boom, then now that's the front. So that way, at least it faces towards the front. But then I think this structure just won't do it. Or you know, if anything, I would need to take this, and I think I would just need to like make it like a little bit higher to like cover up some of it, and then I would need to use other things to obscure the rest of the house. But then that's where this is like where I would start with like the manipulating of stuff. But yeah, I mean, I can cover this. I could cover this with foliage if I wanted to, and just have it look like, you know, just nothing if I wanted to. Scale to 10. Oh, it already is. It's already at 200%. Does Hearthstone have a cooldown? Yes, 15 minutes. The screw chair from Mechagon makes a perfect hole. I saw that, Bill. I saw that earlier. Like, that works out. Yeah, the other day I was like screwing around with stuff, and I remember I managed to like at least temporarily change the house to like be able to rotate upside down. So I tried to flip it upside down. That didn't quite work. But yeah, let me goof around with this for like a little bit. There's, let's see, most of my budget's gone though. Let me take out these like 50 Elixir heads. I could cover the Nixie heads. That'll obscure it a little bit. Okay, so I don't think I have a whole lot of foliage. Yeah, I have like a couple things. So so I'll start off like putting these here. I'll put in like a couple of those, like one there. Oops, one too far. So I'm just kind of goofing with pieces for a bit, just to see how much I can kind of obscure here. So we'll just make like all these things bigger. Bigger. So it'll look way more natural if I didn't make everything like all the same size. But let's see. I want to put like some things up front too. So I'll try to, like, this is not obscuring anything very well at all, but I at least want to like twist things around and make it like slightly more natural. I'd need to cover up like this ground area with a lot of foliage too to hide some more of the stuff. But I had the animals? No. Animals are, that's natural. So that's a poor attempt. But what else could I add just up front to make like things look more obscured? So I can put a giant book. Okay, it's not nearly as giant as it was. I remember when I set this up inside the house, I'm like, oh, this is a big book. Okay, that's kind of large. Now it doesn't seem like nearly as big, but it's okay. So, oh, it's actually shooting out light. Well, I'll take that. Sure. What else can I do to cover this thing up? Just anything. Oh, I have some. I actually have some of these stem barrels. Okay. I would like to. I'll want to pick up like 50 of those when the time comes. Let's see. What is something goofy that I can just like... Well, there's that. Oh, maybe I can just like make, set this thing up and like make it like a hell big. Woo! So that'll hide something. Actually, I'll have it come out a little bit more. Still not hiding very well. Come join Wild Housing. We can make things bigger, juvenile sounding, but entirely accurate. Do you have some like hanging vine plants? I have some stuff. But there's a lot I didn't pick up. I don't know where to get most of those. I think a lot of the stuff that I happened to pick up were were horde things. So like, hey, cactus. I'm just gonna put down everything. Like here's everything that I've got. There's a flower there. There's a bush. And then I can like just put these like in front, you know, up front of the house as well. Here, another cactus. Why not? More tree. More big palm tree. Hell yeah. Another tree. Oh god, I got like 6 of these trees. Oh dude. More trees. How big does the cactus get? Pretty big. Pretty big cactus. So while from the outside looks terrible, well, up close it still looks terrible. But let's create a Bob's house. Oh, dude, if I could, I would just okay. Well, what's a simple structure? It'll be like a doghouse. Let's see. What would a Bob house look like? A Bob house would include. I gotta have something as an overhang. But I know I don't have a lot of stuff. But I do have that. See, here's like the foot. So here's the foot that I was talking about. Okay, here we go. Here's the start of Bob's. Oh no, I've hit my budget. Oh, because I have all this other garbage out there. I was contemplating if you can take platforms and build a box around your whole property. Yeah, you could. There are certain things that you most platforms are not placeable actually. Now that I'm remembering this, so you wouldn't be able to use those platforms necessarily, which is a shame because those are very useful. Like, look, because they're big. Oh, here's a big tent. Here's another tent. I wonder how big this one gets. Oh, budget. Damn it. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna. That experiment's over. So I just want a smaller house. That's what I'd really like. Like I want to have a very, very like simple spot. Nothing to like sweat over. Okay. So this tent, how big does this one get? Whoop. Okay, that's big. Okay, that actually is bigger than than that Forsaken thing. Yes, let me take some more of this stuff out. Because now, this house, the house is like way too close to the edge of the lot. So I at least want to like move this thing over. There we go. Here we go. Now we're cooked. Or cooking, or whatever. So, if I were to take... Let's see, can I shrink this down just a smidge? So now I can at least, like, oops, now I can at least obscure most of this. Oh, okay, we got that freaking spoiler in the back. Yeah, so that'll have to be dealt with. Or you know, we can easily obscure this, right? So we can just take some garbage and cover that up, right? But now we have the liberty of like obscuring this and creating this, you know, this different thing. Now we can't have like the foliage or whatnot to like cover it up. So that would be possible. And welcome to Taliesin and Friends. Right now we're goofing around and just acting fools with housing again. I was showing folks like the very, very cool WoW housing database site that lets me now. It's a new feature they brought in. I'm able to save sets, save collections of things that I want, and it'll actually give me a count of all the resources that are needed to get these things. So like all this Mechagon stuff, I need to get that stuff. I need to get like all these materials eventually, or you know, in advance, so I can like buy the things that I want. It's very cool. I mean, by the time early access housing comes out, this list is going to be like a lot more because a lot of these costs and requirements they're not really in yet. But it's a very, very good start. Very, very good start. Oh, but yeah, hi folks. We're just goofing, talking smack, some of that too. We were riding on wagons for a while to get a tour of what's going on, but then most recently, like I wanted to take a look at. Someone was asking, "Oh, can you obscure your house?" Yeah, you can. But in this case, we just need a solution for the spoiler coming right out back the tent here. But then from this, we can, we have not exactly like clean, like a clean palette. It's not like it's not like a whiteboard or anything. But from here we can start like doing goofy stuff. If we want to, let's see. Do I have pillars out here? Pillar? Nope. Pillar. I don't have pillars on me. At least nothing that works. But hey, if I want to get this statue, let's see how big does this guy get. Can't be too big. It's only that big. But then we could start like to kind of like obscure some of these things and create some sort of vibe that like fuses in here. That's probably not enough. Maybe I'll just do this and like just have like some lighting inside if I wanted to. So now here's my nook. Yay. But not really. It's a fast tent. It's a good tent. But boy, does it take up a lot of real estate. This is like huge. What's cool though is that the Horde version of the house, it has like this kind of chimney sort of thing right in the middle. So that's why, so in my case, in my house, like that, it's gonna serve as like kind of like this reactor, this kind of base for the giant gun that I'll build on top of it, because that's the plan. You're going to make a bathroom and hang a Nixia's head? Dude, you can get multiple Nixia's head. So you can have it like hanging over, right? And you can have it hanging like right in front of you too, so you can stare at it as you're doing your business. Whether you're doing number 1 or number 2. If you're a guy doing, well, you know what I mean. But yeah, lots of things you can do. Lots of stupid things you can do. Look, have you guys seen the, did you guys see the robot? For those who were just joining us, I think I saw the picture up. There it is. Oh. So good, dude. So freaking good. And so simple. Like, it doesn't take a whole lot of these parts to make this possible. So, in the toilet. Okay, it's a little awkward. I don't know about in the toilet, but definitely across and behind, and maybe above the toilet too. That could be a thing. All right, so what kind? So since I'm here, I have a feeling that I'm kind of restricted on where I can go in the alpha. Like I don't. Well, okay, let me try. Let me try going to Undermine and see if it lets me actually go. So I don't even have a teleport to Undermine. Can I go to Doran? I could have just Hearth too, but yeah, I don't know how far I can go in the alpha. PTR, I was at least able to venture around. So at least for now, PTR is like the better spot. Was the better spot for testing. Unfortunately, that didn't work out. Did any of you guys, I'm sure some of you guys managed to play around in the, during the weekend for the playtest. I hope you did at least. What'd you guys think though? Like, I saw a lot of folks that were showing off stuff, but I'm wondering, one thing that I didn't hear too much of was just what were people's experience with things like the controls? You know, did it feel intuitive? Did it feel like easy to work with? I didn't really catch a lot of that feedback. All these people making mechs or turrets want to make a tower defense or defend your home event. Give us back the gimbal colors. I know. I'm waiting for, well, we'll see what happens in the next freaking build. What I want to do, though, is venture around. But I don't think I can. I think right now the game is trying to spin up Dorn. But I think I might not be allowed. Which sucks. Thought the rotating tool was a bit fidgety. Sometimes trying to pick the right ring to spin. I found that hard too. Like, I know one thing for me, like, I want a no-clip mode, dude. I want to be able to be like, boop, hit a button, and then my character can just like phase through and I can do whatever I want. You know, something that it would be like an advanced mode kind of thing, but give me an advanced mode kind of thing, pretty please. Someone's gonna make a Plants vs. Zombies lawn if they add in undead corpses as decoration. Oh, that'd be sick. I mean, it doesn't have to be undead corpses necessarily. It could be like whatever someone decides, or if someone can like hodge, you can like kind of like throw together or something like that. Okay, so I'm in Dorn, and I'm still here for now. Picked a lot that I saw when I liked it better, but I couldn't move. Oh yeah, there's that. I know that's that unfortunately is not working right. Our server's back up. No. Where am I? There we go. This way. No, I'm on the alpha right now. Oh, if you're talking about live realms, yeah, they're not gonna be out. So I probably won't be on to like for the start of things. I mean, we know what's happening. It's not like super brand new. Oh my god, revolutionary content that's coming out. You know, nothing crazy of that sort. All right, so I want to go to hopefully Undermine. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Ah, okay. I'd like to know if I've attached an item to another item properly so I can move it as a whole. I think the way to know it, when you mouse over the base, you know, the bottom part of an item, you'll see everything highlight. You know, so the things that are hooked together, they'll all highlight together, and that's how you know that it's hooked together properly. I was having a lot of inconsistencies though. It feels like the intent is that they want to make sure those hooks stay maintained, but it doesn't seem to be like a perfect thing right now. So I hope that they continue to improve on that. You almost need color or something to indicate how. Yeah, it's kind of weird because during the Boston test, they had colors, and it was similar to other 3D programs. So it was like green, red, and the other one. You know what I mean? They had different colors for each direction, so you knew which thing was which. And for some reason, starting in the alpha, they didn't have like different colors for left, right, for X, Y, Z axis. So I'm like, that was kind of odd. I have a feeling that they changed it because they eventually want to have something that is like uniquely their own, uniquely Blizzard, I guess, but they're also not done, and they should do better. Hopefully Remix RMR won't be so laggy after the maintenance. Well, avoid the world boss, that's for sure. Okay, so I can travel. It looks like I can travel around. It's just that I can't go to I cannot go to like alpha zones that I'm not allowed to go. So, no big deal. I really want to be able to use the drive system in the neighborhood though. That'd be hella fun. It'd be super jank too. I'll like, especially in the horde area, I'll run into stuff like all day. Okay, so let's see what this quartermaster has for me. So this is the basic quartermaster. Do you have anything for me? So it doesn't look like it. Growler stuff, treatise, clothes. Nothing here at least. I think I thought I saw something somewhere, but maybe not. Oh, dude, do I have to go to each of the different cartels? Oh, that would suck. What do you mean you can't go into the alpha zones? Oh, I can't. The alpha zones, they're very test specific. So right now, you can't go into Zulaman. You can wander around. At the moment, you can wander around Eversong and Herondar, but you just can't go into the other one. That's all. It's just because they want the testing to be fairly focused. So the faction quartermasters there have things. So the cartel, you mean? Gotta remember what each one is. Okay, here's one. But I didn't see one for Undermine. I thought I saw it on the database too. Here. I think it was this entrance. And then this guy. So this is... Oh, so there is a thing. Okay. So there's a lamp. And yeah, and then we can see we'll gain house XP if we buy it. These goes for resonant crystals too. So depending on like how much of a thing you want, you might be thrown down. And now I'm an amateur antiquarian. Cute. Collect 50 unique decor of uncommon quality or higher. Or 100. Okay. Wait, so what? How high do I need to be? I need to be honored. Fuck! Uh-oh. So that's gonna mean I gotta do some Undermine stuff. Damn, that I missed out, man. I missed out not doing all the different factions because I'm a lazy butt. I'm super casual when it comes to those sorts of hard grinding. But now it's biting me in the butt. You spent all your resonance crystals on Darkfuse Rep? Wait, you can buy Darkfuse Rep with just resonance crystals? I didn't know that. I thought you just had to like do the whole grind thing. Oh, speaking of Darkfuse, at least I'm exalted with them. Let's see what they have. Like, they better hook me up. I just gotta remember where that spot is. I want these, by the way. I want these props. I want fig trees. That's just too good. That's not that one. Ah, crud. I don't really remember where it is. Oh, you spent the resonance. Okay, you spent on the buff. Okay, here it is, I think. All right. Obviously, I haven't been researching this on my own. I only just started like looking around. Okay, so they do have a thing. They have an Undermine bookcase. Okay, so like I'll be going around and doing like first time purchases for these. You know, I'm getting XP. Yeah, I'm getting 10 housing XP per thing. But of course it's still broken. Actually, it's not even going up. Still stuck at 1650. And you only need to be friendly for this one. So that's cool. And I don't think there's any other... Yeah, no other things to get. So at least you don't have to be that high. Right? Now let's go. I know where to go next. Let's go to our favorite zone. We're going to Korthia. Hell yeah. What can I buy from Korthia? And sure, let's do roulette. It looks like the Dorn instance is still out, but I gotta go to Oribos, and then, well, at least I can teleport to Korthia directly, so that's not so bad. Why is Hydrate broken? I don't know. It shouldn't be. That's weird. But there's the trash dig guy and the fishing vendor in Undermine. Oh, they sell stuff too? Damn. Yeah, I'll need to find out a way to like properly like track all that stuff, because I will want to put together a reference guide, be like, it's just gonna be really simple. I'm just gonna point people in directions. And this is for like the +1 people. I'm not gonna go through the trouble. Sorry, I'm not gonna go through the trouble of like, you know, getting 3D captures of all these things. I'm just gonna be like, yo, get this for these, and then there's like more. Now I know there's so many, so I'm like, how do I do it? How do I get started? I guess the only way to get started is hurry the hell up. So it's still on cooldown? That's weird. So Wild Hammer. So yeah, I know like pretty much every quartermaster should have something. Let me do that roulette. Oh wait, dang it. I don't have a thing here. Do I have a yak at least? Okay, at least I have a yak. And can I do a roulette? I can. Oh god, I feel so naked. So boop. Oh, I feel so much better now. Clothes. Hell yeah. I like the pants though. Alright, so where are Orbos? Korthia is the best song from Best Expansion. I liked Korthia. I'm one of the weird ones. I liked I think one of the reasons why I didn't mind I didn't mind that season. One, because when 9.1.5 came out, that's when they did the whole pull the ripcord thing, and I was able to Covenant switch like crazy. So I was like working the Covenant game hard. But also, I was one of the few people that really liked domination shards. I thought it was dope. There were a few nights where I talked the whole raid team into, for those who remember, to using that one combination of domination shards that gave like I forgot what it was called, like blood link or something like that, where you attack a mob and it afflicts them with a dot, and the dot would heal you, but if your HP was full, it would heal someone else. So if I had the whole team using this blood thing, no one would die, and the boss would just melt because they had this constant running dot on it. It was hilarious. I loved it. That's how I kind of got started with my kick of okay, every now and then, team, I'm gonna make you guys gear weird shit, and you guys are gonna do as I say, just to like meme like these runs, and we would do it, and it was hella fun. So yeah, so anyway, going through the motions of farming up the maw and going through like the weekly Korthia thing with Jig, that was like, it was like breathing to me. Like it was very easy. And I got a ton of transmog from it. Oh man. 915 is when like I became woke for transmog. Like I became like obsessed with like completing sets and all that. All right. Miss Luxury Ring, which had a group synergy component to it. It was very memey, yeah. You do it, and then everyone was just like, what, Super Saiyan for a bit. So this is Korthia, right? Yeah. Total to the best. Let's go. Oh god, I hope there's nothing I have to buy with oh god, what is it called? The scroll thing. There's 2 quartermasters in there. There's one for the rep, and then there's the other for that feature thing. I forget what it's called. Wasn't playing much in Shadowlands due to life happening, but at the end of that, expected is when I joined the guild and tried raiding with y'all during season 4, then didn't start raiding with you fully until season 2 of The Flight. Like the idea of farming transmog, but I don't have anyone to show it off to. I tried to show my non-gamer wife, and she just pats me on the head while saying that's neat. Now you can take the trans. Oh, that's my wife too. But for me, it's worse because I'll be like, babe, take a look, and she'll be like, is it random? And I'll be like, yeah, but it's hella cool, and she'll be like, oh my god. or I'll show her something that I actually put together. I'm like, look, it's not random, and she'll be like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. But then that's what streaming and social media are for too. It's like, okay, if my wife isn't as interested, then I'll force it down your guys' throats and make you look. And you're like, oh, so you're the, oh yeah, cool. I mean, we all have that sense of excitement. We all share that fix of, oh my god, I just did mythic such and such, and we timed it. And then like your partner's like, that's great, dear. That's great. So you can actually come to dinner on time now? Yeah, and we're proud of these things. So, and let's be real, after doing some of this stuff for 20 years, we definitely feed off of the acknowledgement. Like, you gotta make us feel like we've done something. Thanks to Guild of Gold for the raid and bringing folks over. Hi, Soul. I am currently at a loading screen. We're going to Korthia. Yeah, that you chose a great time to come in. Right now, I'm roaming the land. To like just kind of get a peek at what kinds of vendors are going to ask us to participate in stuff so we can buy decor. So let's see what this person has us. Is there anything here that we gotta get? No, actually, there's nothing off of this vendor currently. Tomorrow's another day. Next week is another build. There may be more stuff that's added. And, okay, so I don't remember what this vendor is called. It is the something archivist thing, whatever. Archivist Codex, that's what it's called. Okay. Anything here? Cloak of a... No, not there. Not that. Nothing here. Ah, you have been spared. For now, you've been spared. There's nothing to get from Korthia. But I'm pretty sure there's like Covenant stuff to get, right? I'm like 1,000% sure there's some Covenant stuff that I saw. It might not be hooked up to the vendors yet, but it will be. I'm endlessly glad my partner plays too. I can't imagine dating someone who doesn't. Yeah, how would that go? I was talking with with my cousin. Haven't spoken to him in years, and I was talking about how I'm like very like not social or not good with meeting with family, and like I straight up told him, yeah, sorry about never answering your happy birthday texts. And he's like, oh yeah, it's hella funny, dude. I see like my text to you, and it's like all I see is me saying to you happy birthday and then nothing, and then next year happy birthday and then nothing, and then next year I'm like, yeah, that's what I do. I'm so bad at connecting with family, man. I'm the worst. I'm the worst. Any faction you have exalted with will sell decor for housing. I'm kind of happy because I'm a total rep grinder. I mean, I believe that's the intent, but not everything is like entirely hooked up yet. There was a time only my husband gained, but that was like 2000. It just feels like yesterday, man. Not really. Let's go to, oh, I don't even know what covenant I'm aligned with. I am a Night Fae person at the moment. Let's go to Night Fae land. So Night Fae has like multiple factions. There's like, you know, the Night Fae, there's like the Renowned Quartermaster. There is the, oh god, I forgot the name of the faction thing. But then there's also one that's related to the Portal Network too, if I recall correctly. I don't know if they also sell a thing. They might. Maybe if I do a video on this, like if I do if I do make a video on this, it's just going to be, hey guys, let me mentally prepare you for what's coming. This is not an exhaustive list, but here's just an idea of like, you know, where you might be going to find the core. Does the guy in Orbos have everything? I don't know. I have not done any research myself yet. Yeah. I typically don't rely on other people's research, but something like WoW database is just so like it's so extensive it's hard to ignore. But I don't think that has everything there. Marasmus, yeah. You go into a portal network, then there's like a dude there. Did they finally fix the Orbo skyline? I heard they did. Yes. That's like laughing at the letters PP. That's what happens, you know. I mean, I'm close to my late teens now. I'm just kidding. No, I'm close to my late teens, but I'm gonna celebrate my 19th birthday for like the 50th time. So. I think we're still waiting for this realm to spin up. It's not happy. We'll see if I'm stable. But did they say that, Heathen? Is the intent that they're just gonna have one guy in Orbos that has everything that you can possibly get? Because that'd be convenient. It'd be too convenient. So. Oh look, I yet to find a grown man that hasn't laughed at the letters PP when I said them. Celebrated my 21st birthday for the 32nd time this year. Nice. Happy 21st, dude. May your drinks be like solid. Celebrate with a Long Island. Hell yeah, dude. I'm pretty already completed a lot for housing. I think there's a lot that we have done, but we also got to go around and like pick it all up. And there are no NPCs here. Okay, so the quartermaster is going to be here. So I will wait. Yeah. The normal faction quartermasters, they are next to each other, but then I don't think that's everyone. So like, here's the renowned quartermaster, who I will hopefully eventually talk to. Have I spoken about this link concerning WoW housing? Yes, I have. I plan on doing a video on it where I just kind of like introduce people into it. So like here's the new feature that they set up with the sets. So I made an example page where I added up all the stuff that I want to use to eventually make my outdoor gun base thing, and then it shows the list of all the items that's being asked of you. Unfortunately, it doesn't give like all the information. Like it doesn't happen to say, oh, you need to be exalted with this person, or you need to be friendly with this person, and so on and so forth. But it does give you an idea of all like the materials. And then of course, if you want to edit it and add more, like, hey, I want like 5 of these coffin lids, and I know that that's going to cost like extra crafting materials because this is something that's made with crafting. Something that I would really appreciate the devs for this site to do is to also add a tag for to indicate whether something is crafted or not. If they were to do that, that would be extremely helpful because it doesn't show it right now. Like there's no special tag for crafted stuff. Because I think knowing that would be hella important. Or like if it was related, if I can add a tag for a faction, that would be useful too. Yeah, so crafting, faction, they have expansion, so that helps if I wanted to like narrow things down. So very useful site though. I thought that they put vendors in season 4 that had everything in Orbos. Not to my knowledge. I don't recall that they did it for the Renowned Quartermasters. But let's see if they even have anything right now, because they might not. So here's like stuff. I could have swore that I did see things that were related to housing that came off of like Renown. But nothing here. Yeah, offhands, other things. Let me see if it shows up like here in the Renowned track. So yeah, don't see any hooks here. God, 80 levels. Remember those days? Oh boy. Oh God. Parts of this expansion, I swear, they were like, it was like purgatory. You were just locked in. Nope, that's not a thing. Yeah, maybe it is just at Orbos where we buy all the stuff. But I could have swore that there was, maybe it's just not set up yet. Yeah, let's go back to Orbos. When new stuff will we actually get in remix tomorrow? Tomorrow or today for North American folk, we're going to get access to Nighthold Braid, Karazhan in some way, shape, or form. More questing in Suramar, and I believe additional world quests. Some vendors will start selling the pet and the mount vendor will start will have more items available to buy. And I don't know what else. That's what I know off the top of my head. And I think that's what I talked about too. Okay, so for here, I gotta go downstairs, and then next to the people, so to the left of these dudes are like, not there, but here. So here's the faction quartermasters. So what's here? So nothing there. T-set? Nope. Nope. Scroll? Nope. Vessel? Nope. So nothing here yet. So these might not be set up. Yeah, I have a feeling they're just not set up yet. Damn. So maybe I can't really make a video on this yet. It's just too early. Only vendor I found was the Venther Quartermaster. So like this one. So you're talking about the Venter Renown Quartermaster? Because the at least Court of Harvesters, that's the name of the faction. Neither them nor the Avowed offer a thing. Let's go there then. I at least want to see for myself. Yeah. Oh, now I gotta spin up the Revendra instance. Great. That's gonna be a minute. Played Remix for 1 day so far since it launched. I forgot how long the questing was in Legion. It's a lot. It's a lot. I only finished the questing like a few days ago too. Because it's a lot. Of course, at the same time, some people, they're also like max on level. They're doing, you know, keys at level 100 keys and all that. And they're like, dude, where's the content, Blizz? And so like, oh, okay. Yo, it's a lot, man. All right, so at least seeing what this vendor offers, that'll inform me, okay, we're definitely going to see like something from the Renowned Quartermasters, but we should pretty much expect something to come from virtually every rep that's ever been and ever will be. Oh boy. So like double check your Timbermaw rep, both the old one and the new one from Dragonflight. But I want to. I do want to have a more exhaustive list, and yeah. I guess the thing is also we just don't have all the items set up yet. But I want to at least warn people. And we only have so many builds left until early access happens. But it doesn't necessarily mean that everything that we're seeing in the database is going to be included in early access either. So we got to be, I think we should be conscious of that too. So we should probably pay most attention to alpha updates and be like, okay, so eventually you'll get them hooked up. And I should provide warning that, hey, just because you're preparing for this and this and this, it doesn't necessarily mean that these items are going to be available when early access begins. It might still be, we might still be waiting until the actual launch. Yeah, if I had to do the Avowed, I still haven't finished the Avowed rep. Should have. Because I kind of want to do like, I just want to get the XP. If I can just get one of everything, I'd be cool with that. So when it comes to crafted stuff or stuff from rep, as long as I get the one, I'll be cool. Man, all the things, that add-on's going to be doing some heavy lifting. It's going to do some very heavy lifting. I will be very, very dependent on that when I start zipping around doing my collections. Use the last seconds for Warlords tokens. What are Warlords tokens? Darkmoon Fair? I don't know if Darkmoon Fair has a thing, but that'd be something to check too. There might be something. I mean, Darkmoon Fair is not so bad. Like, can eventually get around to it, and it's a very chill farm for like prize tokens. Oh shit. Uh-oh. Oh, use them for rep tokens. Got it. Okay, I don't know where this is sending me now. I tried flying to Sinfall. It errored out. And I don't know where I'm going to be. Oh, they have the, that's right, it's still time walking. Well, time walking ended for us, but. Shoot, I wonder if if time walking vendors are gonna have stuff. That'd be cool. That'd be a cool way to do it. I like watching you build your cannon, then like your reaction to seeing that other person's mech house. Dude, that was crazy. That was crazy. At first, when I saw, I saw someone else's like, throwing together wagons and stuff. I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. And then, shortly after, that's when I saw like the crazy mech. I'm like, okay, this is badass. Oh, okay. Where's the quartermaster here? I think it was. Oh, I think it was like right here, ish. No, like you, I think. Nope, you're a renowned person. Quartermaster. Right? Okay. So what do you have? You have toys, mounts, collecty things. Scroll down. Attire. Okay, there's finally found. Okay, it has a unique tooltip. But, I think it would be helpful if they had a unique icon too. You see how, like, this doesn't have an icon for a mount. This has an icon for appearances, which is helpful. So, like, if I pick this up, I learned the guy. Okay, the symbol doesn't go away, but then this indicates a collecty thing. This is the mount. This is the core, but yeah, only the transmog has a unique identifier for it. It'd be cool if mount and the core also did the same thing. Although, yeah, it would be nice. I'd love to see a second channel called Console Building and just see you making different types of houses to see how to do it, such as a greenhouse, a dungeon, a store, and I'd like and sub to that. It depends. Like, I tried doing the second channel thing, and that really didn't work out. I was not very happy with the experience at all. Like right now, it's like coverage, latest things, reminder videos, and then features and stuff. So I definitely do want to keep featuring like other people's houses as we discover like cool things, for sure. For reference, the vendor in Sofal has the tome. Yeah, so like this tome. So it's one thing. One thing. And it's just one book. Well, I should buy it, at least. Buy one, learn it, cool. And right now, there's no hook for it to go into like the housing decor catalog. So I don't think I'll be able to like search for it yet. Yeah, nothing shows up yet. So we'll have to wait for an update on that. But yeah, just one thing. Yo, that's kind of whipped. You'd figure there'd be like a little bit more. But I guess they don't want to make it feel too punishing either. Like, yo, so you want this super essential, or you want this entire set of like 15 different things? Oh, you gotta go back and play Shadowlands, loser. So, can the office see the neighborhoods from the stress test? No. They're not. There's no connection there. Can you read the tome when you place it? I believe no. Did the Shadowlands rep get fixed, or are y'all just running it back? Running it back? Oh, that's a different conversation. What about in Korthia, or what's the other zone? No. There was nothing that I found in Korthia. I'm gonna go over to Zerif Mortis right now and see if there's like anything surprising. But I gotta find my way back somehow. I think back here there's a portal. Boom. there's nothing. Wait. I thought there was a portal. Yo. Oh no. Don't make me fly back, dude. I think I gotta fly back. Like, this is where the portal's supposed to be, right? I'm pretty certain. Okay, it's not a long flight back, and at least Orbos should be functional now. Oh. Okay, I hope there's not like a mission till I get to core. Wait, not that. So, no. I'm pretty confident there won't be. There was a portal there? Okay. Yeah, because I ain't seen it, so I don't think I'll... Yeah, there's supposed to be a mirror thing. I guess not. Well... Off to... Oh wait, do I have Shadowlands? I do not have Shadowlands though. Damn it. Oh well. Hearthing is faster. I don't know if other instances closed out since I'm not going in there. Like, because I'd have to port back to, my port goes back to Dornagol, so I'd have to go back to Dornagol, then Orgrimmar, then back to Orbis. So I think it might be faster, load time-wise, to just fly back. If also on Reels to get to play Minecraft, but with Warcraft assets. It's Legos, man. It's straight up Legos. And your WoW career helps to define like what kind of pieces you have available, and then of course there's more you can purchase, buy, make, discover, earn from achievements, and so on and so forth, to make that thing crazy. Yeah, I'm trying to think of like how I want to start like the housing stuff. Like, I think the outside, I'm just gonna start off with like just making like the foundation. Like, I won't be able to make the gun yet. I think I'll run out of budget. Or I can just like I could start like basic, you know, platforms, gun on top, and then start building things up as I discover more pieces or figure out some other method on how to make it like cooler and crazier. So someone already started the document. Oh, can you link that, Bill? Downtime pushed to 1 p.m. now? Damn, crazy. That sucks. Surprised no one tried to make their house the dark portal. That'd be cool. Oh, doing a load screen again. Where am I? Please be in Ouroboros. Yeah, from vendors to achievements. I think we kind of covered achievements or an add-on did. Yeah. I feel like we're gonna have to alt station that housing vendors at first to save load time. That might not be a bad idea. Now but you want to keep in mind that depending on the item that you're getting, you might need a certain currency. So in some cases you'll need war resources. In other cases, gold is fine. In other cases, it's resonance crystals. And then there's the question of, okay, do you want like just a few of them, or just like one to unlock it and get the XP, or do you want like a whole bunch of them because you really want to have like a lot of these things? Yeah. So then you might need to strategically decide which characters that have how much resources in case you can or can't trade them over. So have they announced when beta's coming out? It's pretty much going to come out after phase 5. So it could be they could just say, hey, the build after phase 5 is going to be beta. or they might decide, hey, we're going to have a few weeks of this, and then we're going to transition to beta, and then just do a mass invite. So, yeah, anytime after that phase. Does Venari have some decorations? If so, I need to farm some Stygia. I do recall the devs talking about buying stuff from her. I'll go give her a visit. I gotta spin up the mall now. Okay, so there's two vendors here. There is the quartermaster vendor for the main faction, and then there's that sub faction. So we'll check both real quick. The load time's insane. It's because no one's in there. There's literally no one in Zereth Mortis. I'm the first one in, so they need to. The game basically has to spin up the server. So, and the way that the alpha kind of sort of works is that it's not going to run everything concurrently all the time forever, because it's just me. There's probably like maybe a dozen people on the alpha total right now. So yeah. But then but you notice like when I go back to other places, then the load times are faster because those servers, they stay up for a little while until they sense no activity, then they just bring them down. That's a very, very simplified way of putting it, but yeah, that's why you're seeing the long lead times right now. No worries. Creator, thank you, dude. What a house at? Oh, I tore most of it down actually. Sad. Actually, well, the Horde one is like still up. Not really. All right, so the quartermaster is, I think, this person, and Light and Quartermaster. So what do we have here? We have what looks like nothing. Right? I don't see anything here so far. Oh yeah, I saw that downtime was extended to 1. That sucks. But not me. Nah, just kidding. It's not gonna do much anyway. If anything, I'm just trying to entertain you guys while you suffer through the downtime. Imagine we can't play until tomorrow. Back in my day, that was kind of normal. That sucked too. Relic Seeker? Is this the one? Just gear. Okay, so nothing there. Alright, let's go to the mall. Some of y'all like dooming, huh? God, imagine if the servers just melted. What would we do? I don't know. Maybe we'd be upset. Kind of a foregone conclusion, right? Like there's that, you know how people are sometimes addicted, to the whole dopamine fix and all that stuff? The same kind of goes for like dooming. It's oddly addictive. We should get a special achievement for grinding the gold to be able to ride a mount back in vanilla. Was there an achievement for that? I mean, there's an achievement for like getting. Okay, well, I actually don't remember. I just want to procrastinate my schoolwork. I actually would say that this will take up a lot of time. Going to this site, and for those who are interested in housing at least, going to the site to just browse through and start favoriting things that you like, or making your own list of like stuff to eventually work towards. That's gonna take up a lot. What's this for actually? Add to, dude, I think they just added this. Add to set. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. I really would like to have like the additional tags though sometime. Like I know that would take like a long time. They have to go back to like all the items and stuff. But it would be so helpful if they were to add like a crafting tag and a mostly a crafting tag. I remember I mentioned something else, but I forgot what it was. So I'll just stick with crafting for right now. Tuesday was 8 to 10 hours. People cry just when there's like a 1 hour downtime. I can count on one hand how many times the patch or expansion launched smoothly with very little first day of bugs. Yeah. And even then it wasn't like consistent. Like for me, Legion was pretty damn smooth. Legion was good. Yeah, Legion worked out good. Actually, all the expansions since Legion were pretty good, and I think for Dragonflight there was like maybe a half hour of downtime. I got DC'd during stream, and I was just kind of like spinning my wheels, shooting shit with you guys, and then servers came back up, and then we were good. Yeah, I mean we've had patches where there were like all sorts of problems, but yeah, nothing so bad. On the other hand, oh my god, how dare they? This lag, it's literally unplayable. How come my LVI isn't working? Blast! Ah, yeah, so there's that. There's that. Shadowlands flight paths were rough. I'm trying to remember that. I think I was okay. I think I was kind of like ahead of the pack, so to speak. So I don't remember having the issue. I remember hearing about it though. Yeah. Warlords was just memorable though. I don't think, I think very, very few people managed to avoid all the problems. I started on a ride from Orbos to somewhere for like 20 minutes once. I remember in Wrath when Tuesdays were wash your ass and touch some grass days and you went to the store and did like actual adult things. I still like, lots of rose tinted glasses for Wrath. Like Wrath was great, but at the same time we were just also very tolerant. Like, oh, time gating? That wasn't a word back then. It was not a word back then. We're like, okay, we can wait 1 week between raid bosses in Trial of the Grand Crusader. Sure. Yeah, we can wait 3 weeks per Ice Crown Citadel wing. Sure. No problem. That's just you know we had all sorts of cope to justify all that. Yeah, we can do a year of ICC with this one raid boss that did nothing. Sure, no problem. No problem. All right, so here's the portal for 10,000 Stygian. Damn. You know what would be cool? Having 2 of these, actually. If I had 2 portals of damnation. So, like, check it. So here's the portal. The real one, or the one that we can place, I think it has a somewhat different animation there. But if I were to take this and take 2 of them, right? And then I make them perpendicular to one another, that would be a very cool effect. Like a gun, right? So that means I need 20,000 Stygia. Oh, man, fuck. Oh, no. I'm like level whatever, dude. That's not so bad. I just need to figure out how to farm it up fast. Oh, God. Don't you get one for free from the achievement? Yeah, but I need okay, so I need, you're right. And I did do the achievement, so I need 1 more. So I only need 10,000. Make like the Halo energy sword for no, I'm not doing a suit. I'm not doing a suit. I am going to stay in character for now and make a giant gun. Right? It's gonna be a giant gun. I think somewhere I want to have like a power source though. Like I need to find. And I think I remember seeing. I remember seeing somewhere on the PTR, like someone had like this big lava looking thing. I'm like, okay, there you go. That's the power source. Just magma. You know, I'll have that as like this whole central thing, power source, whatever. Gonna have to run the tower. I forget what's the easiest way to farm Stygia. I thought it was just like doing some of like the quests and dailies that are up here, which ain't gonna be so bad. Yeah. But that's the only thing, right? Yeah, that's the only thing you can buy here. But it's epic. It's one of the few epic things that are actually out there. Yeah, it's just a few days of dailies, so. But ill. The maw is literal cancer, right, guys? Oh my god. My long-term goal is 10 of every decor. This is going to be rough. That is going to be rough. I'm going to stick to 1, and then I will wing it, sort of. Oh, that's right. I think this house is broken. Yeah. This is a weird bug. I don't think there's anything I can do about it. Where you can see here when I open up my... Oh, no, it fixed. Oh. Okay, I better do this before it breaks. Yay! Yeah, for some reason before, like this area, or whenever I'd go into edit mode, it wouldn't switch to the layouts. So I was like kind of screwed. And that was like very sad. So now I'm not sad. So now I can do like, now I can have like my thing. I can have like my little bedroom thing over there. And well, okay. It's just gonna be shields. Shields everywhere. But I'm still waiting. Still waiting for Blizzard to do a thing where they will how are they gonna hang weapons? God, imagine the load time. I wonder if that's it. I wonder if that's one reason why we haven't seen them do weapons yet. Yeah, duh, Soul. So you know how I was talking about pets? And I was like, yo, dude, they're gonna have to make pets they're gonna have to make furniture versions of every pet in the game. That's hella crazy. They're gonna have to, I think that they need to do the thing for weapons. They need to make a furniture version of every single weapon in the game. Every single one. And like, how do you, and they need to create some sort of system to display it. Like, what do? Do you just like choose a rack here and then you click a button and then, you know, it's like choose your weapon? That's not going to work. Or for every weapon rack, do you choose it and then you get a barbershop UI and then you just have this pull down? Like, that's got to get sorted out somehow. Or you would open up the housing menu and then here you would just see weapon or armor. And then you'd have to go through it all. That's a lot. So yeah. I can't believe I never really thought of that until like right now. So that's a job. I didn't quite really think about that. So do it, Blizzard. Hurry up. Hurry up. I would just make the rack a character model and then give it the transmog interface. That could work too. Yeah, if they like hook things back up, you know, hey, here's a mount thing, you click it, and then and then like you said, the transmog UI pops up. That would work. But then they would need to kind of like science that out and make that all work friendly with each other. Because right now the transmog thing is hooked to your character. They need to make a new facility where the transmog thing is hooked to a thing that is not your character and have that work correctly, right? Because that changes the appearance and in this case, you need to make it a persistent thing. So that's the other thing. Like these, whatever appears here needs to be like the. So like while the front facing thing might look like, oh, it's just a transmog thing. Who knows what's going on in the background? You know, it's like this weird database thing where it needs to be visible at all times, even when you're not logged in, or if someone else happens to be looking in. Because like imagine, you know, we have all these different kinds of decor that pops up. Like, what would the budget be for weapons though? Would it be just like 1? Would it be 3? Would it be 5? Because if I wanted to have every shield displayed here, it's a lot of shields, right? So obviously it would be unreasonable to be like, okay, I must show every single one, Blizzard, otherwise I want a total refund on this game. But I hope I'll have, you know, for the most part, I hope I'll at least have a choice on like how many I can put out. And I want to put out the weapons or shields that I want to, because they might have a special memory. So let players place it themselves and add a value of 0. I don't think they can add a value of 0 because a plant has a value, right? So you can't have a weapon or armor or whatever have a value of 0. I mean, unless you're just talking about, okay, the rack will have a value, but what's on it does not. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. They can do favorites that lets you pick what shows. I mean, whatever they do, it's going to be a lot of work. But of course, I'm not going to be like, oh, so no, if it doesn't make it for launch. No, they got to do that for launch. Sorry, man. There's some things that I'm like, I'm not going to tolerate that. They've got to have it. Sorry. Or else. We're going to have problems, right? Limited to 5 or 10? That could be. But I'm mostly thinking about just the way to select your weapon. I mean, like you said, the transmog thing would be like the best way to go, because that already takes care of a lot of steps, and it's familiar looking. That's very important too. Making it different just to be different, if it's not an improvement, it would be just awkward. So we'll let your enchants show on racks. That'd be cool too. I don't think I would mind if it didn't show the enchant, but yeah. When they announced housing, I thought there were there were weapons on the wall, so I fully expect that to be like something that they're pushing towards. But again, the only thing I'm trying to point out is that that's actually a lot of work that they need to do to make weapons visible like that. Create your own coat of arms with weapons, dude. You know that if it was possible to create like a quote invisible weapon rack and then just hang weapons the way you like to, someone's gonna make their own Iron Throne. That'd be sick, dude. That'd be so cool. Like every Ashbringer, boom, 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 all showing up like that. That'd be cool. Except for the one that's on fire. That's kind of awkward. Or like Taste of Luck, also on fire. Very weird. But still hella cool. I would be cool with like using like, you know, more basic looking swords to just achieve that effect and reduce the amount of like weirdness with clipping and all that. Yeah, having something plain would be cool. But I would want like let's say like here's like the throne or whatever. I'd have like shield just like blasting people with lighting effects. Has the item level cap been raised for Legion Remix? It should not. It should be still 740 and that's it. Gotta show off all the Ashbringers? Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, like, you know, you walk in and then there's like a hallway and then you have like just, you know, just your collection. The things you've done. You know, so like, here, let's mess with this a bit. Just do a bunch of like Oh, I can't really do a closet? No, I don't want to do that. I want, here, let me take this thing out. I want hallways, baby. And then we'll do like a, can I do a T-shaped thing here? Oh, really? Wait. Oh, because I'm hitting my budget. Duh. Okay. Actually, let me take this out. Can I just enter? Let me enter a hallway. So they need to add like a value to like tell me like how much these rooms are worth too. Since that apparently is a thing. Okay, so hallway. Oh. All right, so you know, ideally I would want to take out these beams. Although I think these beams end up having to stay, unfortunately. But yeah, just like this whole walk of your history. Hell yeah, dude. So I'm already gear cap for phase 2. Yeah, you're fine. Now it's just like kind of like checking your boxes, Feckington, and collecting bronze. I'd happily mount Ructal on my wall. Now imagine if like we can't resize stuff and then you just have like giant Ashbringers lining the sides. That'd be hilarious. Or just like some sort of large weapon. Pole arms, two-handed axes, whatever. Like you would have like a whole bunch of bows on one side, bunch of crossbows or guns on the other side, and a bunch of pole arms here at the top that are just pointed in the same direction. Oh, what a seizure, dude. That would cause. Because you'd have like multiple effects going all at the same time, and you're just kind of, and you're walking through this. It would be like a, yeah, that would be a seizure just waiting to happen. Or 100 Thunder Furies. Brilliant. Brilliant. Is that the room we're starting with? I'm assuming there's a way to increase it. Yes, there'll be a way to increase it. So as we collect stuff and do and complete endeavors, once that becomes a thing, then we'll be able to increase the room limit. It's like this feels small, and I'm not gonna fight you there. At the same time, like you can fill this space up with a lot of stuff. So right now it's limited to the 3 hallways, but then if I wanted to just do like room sizes. So how much for this octagonal room? So this already takes up 8. Damn, that's a lot. And what do I have left? A closet. That's about it. Yeah, so right now this is the biggest room at the start, right from the jump. I mean, this is big. There's a lot you can do with this. Like you can kind of like carve these rooms out, so you can have like kind of a room here, or maybe like this will be like this wide entryway, and then have like this section off into a room, this section off into a room. This could be another large area, so you can have like 4 or 5 rooms maybe. Check the small octagon cost? Yeah, sure. Okay, so starting clean, and then small octagon is 4. Which ain't bad. This makes it much more easy to manage, but not very large either. And then depending on how you want the layout to look, then you can like make this a bit more closed off. Want to buy more budget with Trader's Tender. Also want to buy Trader's Tender with money, probably. It's gonna be infuriating if those numbers are final. They might be. I don't know. I mean, considering the budget that we get, we can definitely fill this out and get really close to hitting budget. But let me change this around. So I do remember in a previous build there was a medium-sized room, and that doesn't seem to be here. What's also missing? What's also missing is the empty stairwell. Oh no, stairwell room is here. So like there's this one, and then what else can I make with this? I can make a hallway and a T-shape. So I would argue that this is like the large. Well, how much bigger is this room? So let me do like a quick count. So this is, you know, from the entryway, it's 1 square, 2 squares, 2 squares large. Okay. So this might be the biggest room. So, okay, that's much bigger. So let me check again. So stairwell room is only that big. Right. But it does offer the additional height. So it's like double that space. If you wanted to, you know, if you wanted to create like this really, well, what's basically one, maybe a 3-story, you can probably like make 3 levels out of this if you really wanted to. Because these ceilings are otherwise like really, really high. And I saw more than a few builds that like lowered the ceiling so that people can like add a little bit more to it. But so far, yeah, this octagon room is like the biggest thing we can make currently. But this is a lot of space. Thank you so for your time and enthusiasm for this game. Got the drop, nice. Thinking of buying my first collector's edition. Are they worth it in your opinion? If you like to have the physical swag, yeah, that's worth it. If you're not that interested in it, nah, don't worry about it. Because it's like, what, going like for $130, $140? You know, that's not cheap. On the other hand, the God, what was the what's the Epic Edition cost? $90, $100, something like that. So it's not too much different. You know, but you are getting an art book out of it. You get some physical stuff, but again, you're pretty much buying the physical items. So I would put your focus on those, and if that interests you, then great, do it. I'm curious as to why each asset has a different cost. Why aren't they each just one? I'm not sure. I mean, some of them have a bigger size to them. Some of them have a bigger poly count. So that might contribute a little bit to it, but I don't think it's much. Push it another hour? Okay, I'm seeing this multiple times. So is it pushed to 1 o'clock or 4 o'clock? Because I've seen this a couple times now. I was under the impression that we're getting the ability to have night elf homes. Is that not the case, or is Blizzard just not implemented it yet? Just not in yet. So, what is it? Orcs, humans, night elves, blood elves. I think Nightborn too. So 1 p.m. right now? Okay. Now, I'll stay on for a little bit longer. I am getting hungry though. So let's just place stuff. Just some. I'm gonna do like a. I'm not good at this, by the way, but I'm just gonna do a very quick. Try to do a very quick kind of build. Can I change that to something else? There we go. That works. So, do I have walls? Okay, I got some sections. I have some doors. Okay, I got 14 walls to work with. Okay. So, let's make a Silver Moon house. All Silver Moon, baby. All day. Not that one. That one. That one. All right. So now we have this kind of, you know, we already have this kind of rounded room. This needs to change to a thing now. So how do we want to like mess around with this? So because we're working with these damn pillars, I'm kind of like, I'm a little stuck here because I gotta keep working with these. So if I wanted to make like this kind of thing here where it's like, hey, here's the bathroom. That's huge. What the hell? Like, what is that? Interior doorway? Okay, I don't want that big of a doorway. I want like a more basic doorway. Yeah, why is this thing so huge? Yeah, it's massive. Holy moly. Oh no. I don't think I can select it. Wow. That's not good. Oh, got it. Okay, so can I resize this thing? Okay, so got it selected now. All right. Advanced mode. I can't scale it. Okay, never mind then. that's definitely okay. So, okay, you know what? It's gonna be an open air bath. Sure, open air bath it is. There's a thing. Let's try to set these up to make this thing look a little cleaner, right? It's not gonna be that clean, but you know, there we go. And then these, actually, I think this should. So it'd probably be better if it kind of. Can I get it to phase through properly? Nah, not really. So there's that, and then yeah, it doesn't really. Okay, it sort of comes out on the other end. Yeah. So instead of having it like jut out like that, then I can at least like merp just a little bit. And then these are like sitting a little high, so these can like go a smidge lower ish. I like that. Kind of works out. So okay, this is a ghetto bathtub, but you know, I can work with that. Big bathtub with a. Let's see. Do I got any good windows here? I've got Eleview windows. Yay! But I at least want to have some sort of cover. Some sort of covering. Not like a bookshelf, but I don't think I have curtains on this one. Curtain-like things? Actually, no. Something. No, that's. This is outdoors only. So like, it would be something like this. So like, yeah, that's not gonna work. I want something that's more straight and upright, but it looks like it's only outdoors only, which is like lame. Because I could have an outhouse. Okay, so here's the stall, right? Boom, brilliant. Yeah, I wanted to have like some. Oh, here we go. I wanted to have like some sort of curtain like this. So like that works, right? So I like to make this guy like a smidge bigger, even though it's representing the wrong faction. I can live with that. That's cool. A little bit, right there. Now we have some. Now we have some privacy. Yay! Oh, right, my character. Yay! Okay. Can I dye the curtain? I think I should be able to, but it's not working right now. So I'll be able to dye stuff later. Alright, so there. Giant bathroom. Since I have it kind of like this, I think I'll like do another wall. Sure, we'll do another wall. So we'll do like a bit of separating here. And like this will be like the bedroom. Okay, these are bigger somehow? Wait. Oh, interior no. Okay, there's a thin wall and there's a thicker wall. Okay. Well, that's new. Yeah, so we'll have something like this. That is extra. We need another pillar here. And then, like, we'll just do the... Yeah, so we'll do something like this. And then we'll just raise this guy up, you know, because we're open, you know. And then here I just have a very... Okay, that's not... That doesn't look right. Boop. So here we have like what's a very minimal thing. I just care about my bathroom more than my bedroom apparently. So let's see. We'll just have a quick bed. I don't have great beds, but I do got this. That kind of works. That'll fit in that space. Now what's going to go here? Preferably weapons, shields, stuff like that. Ooh, a forge, dude. That's cool. Okay, that not like that though. Don't want to go Brazier? No. Oh, actually, look at that. I can have that. Yeah, let's just do the forge thing. Why not? Okay, I don't need that many fireplaces. Ooh, that's huge. Damn. Let's see. Any other forges? Oh, I'm actually running out of stuff to put in. Let's see. Doors, tables. I think there's like a war table that I had at some point. Any war table? I don't think I have a war table. Bummer. But how about chairs? Okay, that's a very short chair. There we go. That's a normal sitting chair. That's a big boy planning table. No chairs allowed there. Although this chair's there. But then that's way too short. Yeah, that's hella short. That table's just massive. Tauren Storyteller's Frame. Ooh. Now that's huge. If you clip something through the wall, does it show on the other side? It sure does. So, for example, boom. So you have that. So for situations like that, you'll have to be inventive, or you'll have to like just think of something else. Okay, so clearly someone else took over this house because they just got like anything they want here. I think my efforts at the bathroom were like where I peaked. Okay, except for the stall. So that's not there. What else we got here? There's like all sorts of new stuff that that they added, that they just put into our collections. It's probably because of achievements and stuff. But what's this? Oh, there's a doghouse. Yo, I didn't notice this. There's a doghouse. Yay. Okay, we're all in for the doghouse now. So we gotta have rug for the doghouse. Is there like a bowl or a cup? Teacup? Oh, you know that works because the way the you know, with how thick this rug is, that'll sort of work. Although it just looks like a it still looks like a cup. That's not going to do. Barrel. Let's go with a barrel. So we got this, and then we will sink this guy down. Boom. Even looks like there's water in there. Yay! Yo, we gotta, dude. We gotta have. I can't fit. Gotta have Puppy House. Oh. And then, hold on. Let's see. Bean. Let's make this thing smaller. Let's go with that. Let's tilt this up just a smidge. Let's go with that. And then so we can climb up. Yep. There we go. Okay, there needs to be like another one. Oh god. See, this is what happens when you don't have things that match. You need to like kind of figure it out. So what's that set to? I can't really tell. 330. And then size it down to the same thing, whatever it was. I don't remember what it was. 47? Sure. Actually, can we just do like an even 50? Yeah, there we go. So now we... go in one more. Yay! Now the puppy can get up. I could probably use something else to do it. Copy paste furniture button and undo button would be nice if they don't have it already. They do not. They have neither at the moment. I'm honestly okay with multiple copies for ones made by crafters. They'll provide a constant market for crafting, but basic things from NPC vendors, like say the Ironforge friends from the Ironforge Quartermaster, that's annoying. I mean, just buy a bunch of them. Like they're just, that's the thing. They're just there on a vendor. You know, for things that that we know we're gonna need like multiples of. We don't need 50 doghouses, unless you know. but otherwise. I think a lot of those important things that help us get started, they're just going to be available right away. Uber delivery to players of houses of furniture from distant vendors, also rob strippers from... You got Arfus recently, nice. I need to remember to do my my thing. What is it called? My horseman attempt for today. All right. Perfect. It's 1 part bathtub, 1 part coffin. Large coffin, I should add. You have so many characters with maximum garrison monies. The more common an item is, the cheaper it is supposed to be, I believe. Yeah, that's the whole thing. Like, they don't want things to be, like, too crazy. So, like, for example, like, this rocket, what does this go for? This goes for 800 resonance crystals. So, yeah, you want to have a lot of rockets? Cool, but there's going to be a cost to it. And then there's a budget cost to it. This costs 3 as opposed to, like, whatever. Some of these things, okay, these haven't been set yet, but like some of these have a certain crafting cost to them as well. But a lot of these aren't set up either. So like this one happens to be, like you get one for free, but then you need 400 gold, 2 energy cells, and 1 chain igniter coil to buy this thing. It's a huge thing, but that's what it takes. So. It's a swimming pool. Now imagine later I'm gonna have this thing hooked up to my tub. It's big. Okay, so I'm gonna be heading out for now. It sucks that realms aren't up right now. It's a big bummer. Let me find a place for let me find a place to raid. I haven't done that in a bit. Especially if Taliesin had passed folks over, I should pay it forward too, right? So who do we got? Who do we got? Let's... Okay, so Kraken Latte has actually been on for about 2 hours now. That's different. Let's see. We got Schlutz. We got... You know, let's take the thinking out of it. Let's go to Kraken Latte's channel. What's up, James? I'm heading out for the day, unfortunately, but I'm glad you came by, though. I appreciate it. Looks like she's waiting impatiently to get in for something. But in the meantime, she'll hopefully keep you company. I'm pretty sure she's in the Alpha 2, though. Probably. Maybe. But well. Off I go. You guys have a great rest of your day. I'll see you guys for the next thing. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and as always, and also thank you to Shaunomancy for the Prime. Stay breezy. Bye.